Now recording.
Oh, no.
Yay!
Welcome to first episode. Well, episode 0 of, the Legends of Narthuza. This is gonna be great. So all of you should be seeing a star field on the screen, right?
Yep.
No, I just see a picture of Hatter's face for some reason.
I'm gonna get us copyright struck with the music I sing.
Hey there, beautiful.
Don't do that then. Anyway, so everyone but Hatter, I need you to mute yourselves because we're gonna go on an adventure with Hatter.
Only.
Always the best. Yes.
Tell me what you are doing on this fine day, doing whatever it is you do in the world that you come from.
Currently making a small little jewelry box for a little family that has no money to pay him, but he doesn't mind. He likes to help.
So you're
Yes.
underground?
Say again?
Underground?
Yes, it's in the mountains of the span of the world.
Do you have any windows?
No, it is just basically like a cave hole.
Well, you hear noises coming from outside your shop.
Hmm? Oh, what is this? New customers? He's gotta go investigate.
So you get down off your stool and scurry outside into what is taverns
Yes.
that you call home. You see that there's some dwarves and a few other rock gnomes sort of milling about, walking to and from either workplaces, if not other specific areas they're trying to get to ultimately. And as you do this, you notice that none of them seem to notice you, which is weird because first off, you're always a very loud person.
They are all my friends.
And no one else is seeming to hear this weird buzzing that has brought you outside. The buzzing has gotten louder. In fact, you can't hear anything but everyone else is moving like nothing's happening.
I would think this was suspect if I wore earplugs. I have been working in a loud loud workshop for quite some time. It could be taking its toll. I'm going to go investigate further. He's going to wander around and try and find where the buzzing is loudest.
Are you interacting or talking to any people?
No, he's kind of one track. He wants to find the buzzing.
That's the thing. As you're wandering around trying to figure out where it's coming loudest, it just seems to be steadily getting louder to the point where now your head hurts and it's aggravating. An oppressive buzzing sound that just takes over everything for you.
He's going to grab the nearest person to him. Kind of give him a shake.
As you reach out to grab this person, your hand passes through them. You fall forward and they get startled. They step back and you see their lips open and they start to say something, but nothing that you can hear. They reach down towards you, but as that happens, your vision goes black and you fall into nothingness.
Oh, by the mighty hammer in the sky, I'm dead.
You're floating. You're weightless. You're not sure if you were even in your body anymore. You open your eyes and you see darkness.
Oh, this is not good. I had plenty of jobs to get finished. Poor Miriam is going to be very, very sad.
These are your last thoughts as, instead of drifting away, you start to feel your body once more. You're lying on a hard, cold surface, and all you see is blackness.
He's gonna get himself up if he can.
You slowly push yourself to your seating position.
Hello? Is there anybody out there?
Your voice echoes eerily but also comfortably off of what seems to be a cavern.
I could be home.
It's very dark. Especially even for you, it's very dark.
I should try and find a torch. Or something to emit light. He's gonna huddle off of where he is and try and walk around and find at least the edge of what he hopes is a room.
You stumble forward, shuffling, until your hands meet what seems to be unworked raw stone wall.
Oh, well, that's not very good. It's quite foreign, actually. Very poor craftsmanship. Well, only one way to go. He's going to keep his hand on the wall and try and walk around until he finds a way out.
As you drag your hand along this wall and sort of scurry off, you finally do feel something change. It feels like the edge of a door frame, but there is markings that you can feel under your fingers.
Oh,
What languages do you speak?
he speaks Common and Gnomish.
So the runes feel familiar. And since you're used to using your eyes when you're working, you can't really read them with your fingers, but you get the faint idea that this might be some gnomish calligraphy here.
He's going to try and read it as if it was Braille.
Intelligence.
It's 15.
With a 15, you make out the sense that it's something to do with invention and fire, but you can't really get much else.
Oh, it has happened. I am in the great forge in the sky. Oh, this is not good. Not good at all. He's going to give the door a push.
So when you drag your hand past the door frame against what you think might be the door, and you give a push, you're like, but then you feel it more, and it's just it's just stone. It's like someone carved a door frame here, but didn't actually put in a door frame.
Oh, now that's very shoddy. If I'm going to be stuck in here for a while. Would he have his bag of things?
Yes.
Sweet. His Dungeoneer's pack. He's going to take out the hammer and the crowbar from his Dungeoneer's pack. And start trying to chisel away at what should be a door.
So you put this chisel up against the edge of the door frame and where the door should be, and then you take your hammer and you give it a mighty thwack. Roll me strength.
Not so mighty. Oh, 14.
You give it a mighty thwack, and as that happens, all of the runes, starting from the point of impact, light up, sort of branching up around this stone carved door frame. And now that you can see them briefly, before they start to fade, you can actually read them. It states over and over, in a rhythm, along this door frame, inventor, fire, inventor, fire, inventor, fire, inventor, fire.
Well,
And then, as suddenly as they were there, they start to fade until it's just dark again.
inventor fire. That's not a very inventive riddle. I amuse myself. Alright, I have a tinderbox. I could make a fire, but I have no materials to invent anything. He's going to try setting a small fire in front of the door.
You're gonna make a small campfire then?
Yes.
Survival.
Survival. 16.
With a 16, you manage to coax a small roaring blaze before this doorway. And as you do this, you now see that this entire cave is just a small sort of... It looks natural made aside from this carved door. But as the fire warms the area, it starts to cause all the runes to glow once more, starting from the base of the doorframe all the way to the top. And as that happens, there's a shifting in the stone and dirt around you as a hole opens up where the door was. Blinding, bright, brilliant light flows inside. What do you do?
I'm going to cover his eyes and back away from the door. Because that's fucking terrifying. And then he's going to call out into the light. Hello? Who's there? Did you put me in here?
Here's your own voice echoed back to you.
Whoever that is sounds rather handsome. Alright. Well, we didn't invent great things without taking chances. He's going to run as fast as his little legs will carry him straight into the light.
Alright. So, we'll get back to you. Red, unmute yourself. Everyone else stay muted.
Oh God.
Red,
What's that?
since you haven't given me a goddamn backstory, we're going to wing it. Today is the day that you finally told your parents you were going to leave. Finally getting out of this fucking place. This fucking mountain and their fucking goats. All of it. sick of them, you're sick of the goats, you're sick of the Goliaths, and you're definitely sick of the dwarves. They've been trying to fucking get you guys off their mountain for fucking years
Our
now.
mountain. Not that I care about it. Fuck it.
So, you're standing at the edge of your village. The village that your kobold people share with the goat kindred. Everyone's sort of just slowly gathering behind you because they don't think you're gonna leave.
What?
You see arms crossed as they just stare at you, waiting.
I said I'm leaving. What do I? Who do I see all around? Is it just literally everyone?
Slowly but surely, yes. The entire village has stopped what it's doing to see if you're going to leave or not.
Well, I speak in Draconic right now. I bid you adieu, because for everything that this village has, it sucks.
Oh, look, the little scaly one doesn't know how to speak normal. Ain't it cute?
Little one.
The fucking big ass. So okay. This goat kindred that is the elder for the goat kindred that share your village is basically stomping over to you and smacking you on the back. The fear took away your wee words, didn't it?
No, I just prefer to.
As you say that, he lifts you into a huge bone-crushing bear hug. We're gonna miss you too, lad. Now get! He tosses you.
And I roll down the mountain.
So, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Try to land on your feet in the snow. With a 9, you land face down, ass up in a snowdrift. But you feel the familiar claws of your parents pulling you free. Your mom then is pulling you into a hug and says you don't have to go.
I want to go. There's not much here for me in this village.
That's not true.
I don't.
There's plenty for you here, including, helping us protect these forests. That's, sort of taking care of us.
Yeah, well, I mean, is that really what you want to do until the day you die? That's not really.
There's a war going on, Sid. It's kind of our duty.
I don't particularly want to smell the smell of ale every few hours when we. I don't know.
I'm sure you'll find that it'll change your mind someday.
Sure.
Your dad is now smacking you on the back and just says, "Let him go. He'll figure his shit out and he'll come back.
Thanks, Dad.
Don't get eaten. Send us letters."
I'll do my best. I can't promise that there'll be a postal system out there.
You think there won't be.
What was that?
He says, "Oh, you think there won't be," and then he smiles at you as he holds out a stone.
What's this?
Oh, it's just something your mom and I got ready for this day.
You've been
It's a
preparing for
stone
this?
of Sunday. You can use it once a day to basically say hello to us.
This can't have been cheap.
Oh no, it's fucking illegal. Don't tell anyone you have it.
His eyes widen, and suddenly he snatches it from him and shoves it in his shirt.
Don't ever let anyone see you using that.
Sure.
But it was the only way I could get your mom to be okay with letting you go.
Fair enough.
Now go.
All right. I'm not gonna miss those goat asses.
Oh, they're gonna miss you.
I'm
Don't worry.
sure. Fantasies are bullshit. And he grumbles as
You
he
see a
starts
couple of the
walking
kids.
away. Huh?
You see it. You see as you start to turn away. You see a couple of the goat kids that have been tormenting you lately trot down the hall, down the fucking snowbank, lift up their arm, and their arms are literally laden with snowballs as they start chucking them at you.
Stop it!
Oh look, the little lizard can't fight back. Get him!
May the dwarves take you all! I mean, except for you, Mom. And Dad.
You just see them waving as the coats chase you
and
away.
I run.
Sliding and slipping through the snow, narrowly dodging the amount of snowballs that have been just hurled your way. Eventually, though, you don't hear them chasing you, and you have come to the edge of the forest.
So, what do adventurers or your adventurers do?
He's talking to himself. So he looks around and like sees what he can see around him for any sort of.
You see that the snow has fallen off, and instead you see the tree line. So, for one, it's warmer down here. Immediately, you have the sense and the sounds of the forest, but also it's the fact that these trees are huge. You never did understand why your parents didn't just come down and like live in one of these trees, because each one of these is about the size of a skyscraper.
Okay, well, good to know for in the future.
You do know that these are for the Forbidden Woods, that this is elf and kindred lands, but because you aren't a human or actually at war with the elves, you're welcome here so long as you don't do anything dumb.
Fuck
You've been
these
told-
trees.
You've been told stories of the spirits of the forest that keep this place safe. You know very much well not to fuck with them.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll. Is there any road?
There is no road, but there's a river.
I'm going.
It comes down the mountain and is sort of slowly going off towards the, I want to say west.
I'm heading.
Kind of hugs the edge of the forest and the mountains themselves.
I'm heading, following the river.
We'll get back to you. All right, the three knuckleheads. You can unmute yourselves.
Yay!
I
No,
refute
Oswald,
that.
I don't want to wrestle.
But come on! If I beat you in
You guys
wrestling, I get stronger.
You have been sent to investigate Rivers Deep. There's been rumors that the dwarves are trying to take the old place that they destroyed in order to basically turn it into sort of like a entrance into the forest themselves.
Ugh.
You were told to go and investigate, but not to engage.
They know better than to do this.
It is the ancient ruins of a once very well-known wolf kindred village, a trading hub. They used to trade with the dwarves.
Who's given us the contract?
There's no contract this time. You were literally told by Wolf to go do this. Take a look at it. See if it's actually what they say it is.
I remember Riverdeep. They had a lot of good hunters there.
Task from the spirits themselves. Lovely. Fenris, are you around?
Nope, I am nowhere near you.
I found him, Wilk.
Of course. Alright. We didn't really use many supplies on our last trek. Everyone got everything they need.
Yep. Holding a stick.
Now, Oswald, we have to investigate. It may not even be actually dwarves. It could just be a rumor that it's dwarves and be a monster. That doesn't mean charge the monster.
Question.
What?
Answer?
Dwarves are the short, angry ones with beards, right?
The one's not covered in fur, but covered in hair.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that's why I said beards, not fur.
The goats have beards. Don't let
Does
them
it count as
hear
a
you
beard
say
if the
that.
rest of you is just as hairy?
Do not let them hear you say that.
No, Drew.
We'll trek out as soon as we can, then.
Alright.
So, right now?
Oswald just walks off in a random direction.
It's north, Oswald.
Right. Turns in a different but equally wrong direction.
Should we let him go?
Part of me wants to, but the other part of me thinks that would probably get us in trouble somehow.
Would it though? Oswald, it's this way.
Right. Just starts walking towards you.
Just look to Fenris.
Right,
Well,
rival
back.
one of you to figure out which way you're going.
Do you want to make the check, or shall I?
We can help each other.
That's a good point. I mean,
I'll go ahead then.
okay, I will help.
And I'll attempt to find my way.
7. There goes our luck.
You find that you are following Oswald's trail, and you know that's not right. Because you see Oswald in the distance, just sort of like flashing through underbrush.
I'll just.
Stepping around a tree.
Let me just take care of this. 13.
With a 13, you manage to right yourselves towards the way you need to be going. Are you going to be grabbing Oswald?
Yes.
I know this is the way.
No, it's not.
Oh, all right.
Do you follow them,
Yes.
Oswald?
Right, river's deep's up north, usually with the water. Let's just follow the trail up. If we can reach the river, it'll be easy then.
Who would have thought that following the river would lead to a town called Rivers Deep?
Oh, is that why it's called Rivers Deep?
Yes, Oswald. Yes, it is.
Funnily enough, the river is actually really shallow.
That's weird.
No, that just means you haven't gone in deep enough, Fenris. Also, you're taller than shit.
I mean, looks
we
at
are
the
pretty
ground.
short.
Looks at the ground for a second. Finds a pile of deer shit. We're all taller than it.
Right, onwards we go then.
That's real quick. Dwayne. Not Dwayne, sorry. Oh, fucking god. I am going to get so confused. So, first things first, do not respond to this red. Blue!
I can hear
Yes?
it internally struggling.
Yes?
Red, I'm gonna need to actually change your goddamn name eventually. So, Blue, you hear what just happened, sort of off in a westernly area away from you. You didn't give me you gave me a backstory. We're gonna say you're in the middle of doing your initial leave from your village, and you've basically been camping out for a while trying to figure out what you want to do and where you want to go when you hear these people, one, lost for a short time, crashing around, and then basically ribbing at each other as they travel. It's the first sign of other people and other intelligent life forms that you've gotten in a while. You're starved for companionship.
Oh, some people that sound like they might need help. I can help.
Where to Riverwood? Ow!
I start running towards them.
You guys hear something dashing through the branches above you.
Oswald's immediate
I've got a
response.
book.
Monster. Perception.
Me as well.
Hey.
Blue, you see two large wolf kindred and a vulture kindred staring up at you. And Wilk and Oswald, you see leaves.
Hello? Are you a monster?
Don't
It's a
shout at
monster.
it.
Try, why don't you try, I don't know. Do you have fire? No, you don't.
Last time we looked up, it was one of the courts.
Head down, keep walking.
But it's still
Hello?
up there in the leaves.
Do I detect them with a passive perception of 15?
Passive, you don't get to use passive if you're looking.
I'm not looking, but my head is down and I'm moving. It's just like,
go.
I'm gonna smell at the air then.
I'm gonna throw my stick at the tree. Eh. Oh, that's strength
16.
save.
Oh, nope, 12 anyway.
Your strength to throw my stick. Eh.
12, you sense another kindred.
I'm gonna shout up at them then. Show yourself. We mean you no harm.
Oswald, looks like you threw your stick so piss poor it wedged itself up Wilk's ass.
No, it fell back down and hit me in the beak. Ow.
That's a kindred like us, small one.
Oh. Hi!
It just
Waving
has to
at
show
nothing.
itself.
Drew, you can
There,
talk
Drew.
if you want.
So, what?
We've been yelling at you.
Yeah.
Oh, I was
You
confused because
saw
she
us.
said. I heard you guys roll perception and saw a vulture and something else.
No,
I-
that's what you saw.
You saw two large wolf kindred and a vulture kindred staring up towards you. They didn't see shit, and they've been trying to get in contact with you this whole time.
Threw a stick. It fell back and hit me in the face.
Wow, you guys are a little silly. What are you guys doing here?
Now you guys see a squirrel poking your head out of the tree.
Squirrel!
God damn it, Oswald.
Just in a fighting stance for no reason with his staff.
Walk up. Whack.
We're on a task up north. Tell me, you don't happen to know anything going on off in the area, do you?
I ran my own village until recently, so I really don't know about too much going on outside of my own village.
How far away from Rivers Deep would you say we are?
Alright, we're on the map. You see the map?
Yeah.
You guys are like right here.
Ah, okay.
Smack dab in the middle of the fucking forest. You're basically about to hit the river.
Well, then the rumors can't have reached so far, then. Alright, then. We're on our way north to the nearby town. Do you know the way at all? Perhaps a shortcut.
I would know the way, right?
Rivers Deep was another village that you haven't been to before, but you do have an advantage on certain things because you earn high in a tree. So you can make a survival check to see if you can't spot a better way.
Yeah, look for you guys real quick, see what I can find.
With an
Thank
11,
you.
you find that you're not sure.
It's been kind of far away. I really don't see too much.
What are you doing from from your village then?
I decided to go out and find people I could help. I want to help people.
I'll begrudgingly glance to my comrades and mutter to them, wouldn't be too bad to have a forward scout, especially if we can't get close enough to scout it out if it is dwarves.
Thought that was Oswald's job.
No, it is not.
I get lost.
I heard very quiet chuckling from someone's mic.
All in favor?
I'm not opposed.
Oswald.
We
I'm
voted
trying to
on
remember.
my
I'm trying to
helping
remember.
or not?
I'm trying to remember what letter you told me to say when I'm voting. Q.
Yeah.
The letter's I. I'm gonna
I.
look up in response. Right, what's your name?
Oh, my name is Blue.
Simple enough. Come along, Blue. We
But
could use
you're
your
brown.
I was thinking the same thing, actually.
help.
You are very shiny, though.
Yeah, that gets my nickname Shiver. Because, you know, I like to keep my fur nice and shiny.
Anyway, let's go off to Rivers Deep. He immediately starts walking off the path.
Shimmer it is then. Oswald,
Grab.
this way.
Grab
Right.
by the scruff of his neck.
Do you stick to the trees, Blue, or do you walk with them?
I stick with the trees.
Okay. We'll get back to you guys as you are heading in the direction I need you to.
By the way, I didn't want to interrupt Red's thing, but I just have to say, I imagine the sound of a kobold in full plate armor falling down a mountain be very similar to chucking a set of keys across a room.
All right, now that the intro part's done, where's the forest? There it is. Everyone but Dwayne, mute yourselves. Dwayne, you step out, and immediately you're blasted with the scent of fresh, unpolluted air, something that is a foreign concept to you, and where you come from.
But where is the smell of the forge? The smell of the flames, the hammer.
You find it at first because it is much brighter than you are used to. But as you blink and sort of like shield your eyes and let it adjust slowly but surely, you see that you are in a forest the size of which you've never quite seen before. Each tree nearby is about the size of one of the largest. It's bigger than the largest building you've ever seen.
Oh, mighty hammer in the sky, where am I? I don't think we're in a
You
room
are.
anymore.
You seem to be on the edge of a forest. You seem to have walked out of what looks to be some sort of cave. Do you turn around?
Yes.
You turn around, you see that there is no mark to say where you came from. It's like you walked out of the earth itself. There's no mark, no blemish on the stone surface of the mountain foot. And as you turn back around towards the forest, you see it seems to stretch on for miles. And since you can't see over it, you just see that these massive trunks of these trees spanning as far as the eye can see. There is off to the side of you, though, a small pond with a stream connecting to it.
Well, first things first, I need to be protected. He's going to take out his dagger and attempt to scrape some bark off of one of the trees.
So you rush towards one of the
Yes.
trees. It is a lot farther away than you thought it was. I'm gonna need a fucking athletics check.
Poor little legs. Athletics. 19.
Alright. With a 19, you manage to make it there without, becoming too out of breath. And you stare up at this tree. This massive tree that spans off on either direction of you, and you can't see it turn into the trunk. It's so big.
This is truly magnificent. He's going to place his hand on the tree and rub it a little. I'm sorry
You
to have to do this, friend.
Tree.
Yeah, he's just being friendly to the tree. That's not weird.
Mhm.
Alright, he is going to take out his dagger and just try and cut a large-ish piece of bark.
Slam that dagger into the wood. Roll me your weapon. With a 20, at least you hit. Now roll me survival to see if you can't actually get off some decent bark.
Not 20.
You managed to actually peel off a large chunk of what looks to be birch bark.
Yay!
Big enough that you could probably turn this motherfucker into a tent you could sleep under.
Ooh, wow.
It's just sort of peeled.
Alright then, he's going to lay it down on the floor, sit down by its side and take out his thieves' tools, and use his magical tinkering to imbue it with the odor of... I'm completely foreign with what animals would be in his kind of area, but whatever the most dangerous predator is, it's piss.
Predator?
Yeah, like a predatory animal. He's in a random
Probably-
forest, he has no idea what's around.
Well, from what you remember, it would be the mountain bears. The cave bears are the worst.
Alright, well, he's going to sit down and spend time imbuing it with the scent of cave bear pee.
Alright.
He's done that. He has rope from his Dungeoneer's pack. So he's going to tie some of the rope around that and around his waist and just try to pull it along like a sled, really.
All right.
And he's just going to head into the forest.
Basically, so you've rolled up this bark. You've tied a rope around it and then like hitched that to your belt, and now you're dragging it through deeper into the forest, basically.
Yes.
After pouring bear pee on it.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to get rid of the predators somehow. They smell something big and bad, they'll stay away.
My favorite way to get
Were
rid
you,
of
were you using?
predators is Chris Hansen, but this person.
Did you have a vial of pee, or is that
No,
magic?
it's a magical thing. It's imbuing a spark of magic into mundane objects.
Link it, your magical tinkering for her.
I thought you said part of your character was going to be that you didn't use magic.
Well, all right, fine. He peed on it himself, okay?
All right. Well, we'll say this. You're all like, "I'm a big scary bear," as you basically peed on this stuff, trying to imbue your own essence with that of the bear to then scare people.
Yes, that worked.
Through the scent of your own unit. Okay, that's cool.
He's just going to keep on going into the forest until he finds some form of civilization, or people, basically.
What are you following? The tree line? Just going straight into the trees?
Straight the way that
or
he was looking.
following the street? Which way were you looking, sir? There's three. Okay, look. Let's take a moment.
He said he was at the forest line, so he's walking towards the forest, not left or right. Just a straight line.
You're ignoring the stream, and you're also not following the edge. Okay.
Yes.
So you're just gonna fucking. Okay.
Yes.
We'll get back to you.
This whole game is going to be all of us adventuring, him just walking. We're going to be playing D&D, he's going to be in a Christopher Tolkien novel.
It's your turn. Also, I do need you to change your name so I can actually call your character by its character name. Or at least learn it. Please.
Huh?
Red!
Red, you're muted.
There's so many mute buttons.
What's your character's name again? Thank you! Charir. You've been walking for what feels like hours, though it's only been like half an hour. You've just been sort of like walking deeper into the woods, kind of following the edge, I think, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Following a river that seems to be getting shallower and more gentle as the time goes on.
Well, this may have been a giant waste of my time. But, guess I'll follow it until it stops.
So as you're heading on and just wandering, do you keep an eye at all? And do you keep an eye out at all on your surroundings?
I do, because I'm very unfamiliar with the area past the tree line.
Make a perception check for me. With a 12, you see lots of wildlife.
Yes.
You see, like, what looks to be a pack of wolves just sort of meandering, going deeper into the tree line. And you also definitely see a bunch of fish and crawfish and crabs in this little stream. And up ahead, you see where the stream ends in this tiny little shallow pond. But your 12 lets you see one other thing.
Mm-hmm.
The tree, about on the, like, so there's a large tree by the pond, and then across the way, away from the pond, is another tree. But this tree seems to have had some damage done to it.
Huh.
Looks like someone peeled a large sheaf of bark off.
Okay, then there might be. Well, might be bears here, but okay, I'm gonna move a little further away from that, give it a wide berth,
Mm-hmm.
and keep walking along The water.
Water's ended.
Ah. Well, I'll just sit here and die then, because I'm not heading back.
You do see that there's been.
I
you're not making
plop
those.
down on the ground for a minute just to like take a breath, even though I haven't traveled that far with this armor in a while. So I just kind of really actually give my surroundings a look now.
Perception then. With a 12, you see that there's like scuff marks leading away from the tree into the tree line.
I did not come this far to go all the way back in there.
No, it goes into the tree line. You haven't gone into the tree line yet.
Oh, I thought I came from the tree line.
No, you're like shallowy in, but like behind you and behind that pond, you see that there's a fucking rock face. You're still on the edge of the mountains.
Okay. Well, guess I'll head away from the mountains.
Would you like to follow the scuff line in the dirt and the
Yeah,
underbrush?
if it's going away from the mountains, then yes.
What's your pace?
Leisurely. He is not moving very quickly.
Cool.
But he's also not like walking. He's
Oh,
clinking. Clink, 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 clink.
that's the case then. Dwayne,
Yes.
clinking from behind you after about a half hour.
Oh, I don't know many animals that make that kind of noise. Oh, but it could be a bandit. He's going to dive behind the nearest tree and just kind of keep his head just poked out enough to see.
Blue? Not blue. Charir. I have to remember this. Charir. You just saw something dragging something that looked like a rolled up sheaf of bark dart behind a tree in front of you. About like, I want to say half a mile.
Oh, okay, half a mile ahead. I move closer as if I haven't seen it.
It'd be like you haven't seen anything, you just keep on walking.
Until I make it to where he jumped in. Okay. I was gonna see if there was any. Okay. Then he suddenly pulls out his halberd and goes, "Your money or your life?"
Oh, well, that's not very friendly at all, is it?
Looking up at a kobold that's pointing a halberd at you.
He's going to walk up to the halberd and just kind of poke the pointy tip. Well, I've got no money, so you've left me no choice, my friend.
As he says that, he actually lifts the weapon and cackles.
What? Not going to rob me now?
I've always wanted to see that.
You are a terrible highwayman. You know that, don't you?
Yes, if I was a highwayman, I would absolutely be terrible.
So what
are you?
But, no, I asked first.
I thought it was obvious.
Not your race, you buffoon. Your profession. What do you do for a living?
He blinks a couple times. This.
He's gonna nip the bridge of his nose. Shake his head a little. You know what? Never mind.
I just left my village.
Ah, so you're a wandering traveler.
I guess.
You know, before we go any further, where in the name of everything that I love am I?
He kind of blinks a couple times and just kind of, I mean, that's a very general question. You're near, where are we again? The fuck are we?
You're in the middle of the Forbidden Woods.
Can you tink it, like, approximately? Okay. Well, I mean, wait, do I know where's my village now? Okay. I mean, if you go north far enough, he points northwards. I mean, you'll see my village.
Your village didn't have a name because the goats refused to actually agree on one.
The worst place on earth, my village, and I mean, I guess. How far have I been? Like, for the most part, like, do I know
You've been
of
walking
Riversdeep?
for about an hour. You've never really gone out very far. You do know that your
God.
parents, at least your parents and your village, used to trade with a village in this direction. You don't remember what it was called because you never cared.
There was,
But you
I mean,
did
a
hear that
village
something happened.
to
and
the
you
south
betrayed so many people.
somewhere. So, I mean, you're asking a lot of questions I just don't have the answer to.
You're not going to be much help.
Probably not.
All right,
So,
well, would
what
you
are-
like to accompany to this village? Don't ask me questions. I'm the question asker, not you, okay? Look at me,
too
look at my
late?
face.
Yeah,
No,
you're
you-
pretty short. I mean, I'm pretty sure I can
Yes.
ask the questions whenever I like.
Well, you'll get no answers. Now, you said
Ooh.
south was the village, yes?
Like I said, just left my village.
All right, he's going to pat him on the leg and just start walking the direction that he said. Come, follow me to the village.
He just stares at him as he walks away. Just,
I really want to get worked up with this.
He's going to stop and turn around. Come along now. Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. It's a wonderful invention. They called it walking. Use it to go this way.
Well, I guess I could eat him if we run out of food. All right, I'm coming.
I heard that.
I didn't whisper.
Yes, I assume you're incapable of such things, aren't you? That
Probably.
tiny little brain.
Sure, because, you know, you're so tall.
I may be small in stature, but my mind stretches beyond what you would ever even comprehend, my boy. Now, come along. And he's just going to start toddling off in the hopes of finding this village.
So what are you, a dwarf toddler or something?
He's going to halt. There's a big old vein just popped up in his brow. I am not a dwarf.
Oh, good, because I might actually have to kill you if that were the case.
I'm a gnome.
do I know of gnomes existing?
Well, they exist,
Oh, okay, okay. I wasn't sure if this was
You've
a place
never
that gnomes
seen one?
existed.
but gnomes exist.
Oh,
You know them as the people that like to invent technology.
oh, that's cool. Yes.
They're also well known for breaking the laws about magic, and because of such, they're seen as not to be trusted when it comes to magical items.
So, you're not gonna steal my soul or anything, are you?
I doubt it would fetch much. What? No, of course I
Uh,
wouldn't. I'd never do such a thing. Besides,
Huh.
that would be necromancy. I don't dabble in those sort of arts.
I would, don't you?
No.
While this is happening, we're walking, by the way.
I'm sure.
Okay.
Well, not yet anyway. One day, perhaps.
I mean,
If I don't take a blade to the chest anyway.
you're probably gonna have that happen a lot sooner than you think if you dabble with binding magics.
Well, I mean, yes, but if such things happen, then I shall be glad to enter the forge in the sky.
No, I mean like it's illegal. You know that, right?
If I don't know where I am, how would I know the laws of this land?
I imagine that you weren't just kidnapped here because I would have found you tied up somewhere with your kidnappers. So you probably know approximately where you are. So I assume that you just kind of got lost in the forest.
Do you know what happens when you assume, my friend? You make an ass out of you and me.
Well, you're already an ass, so I mean, that wasn't that much of a stretch.
Yes, I am. But I am a good ass.
I
There's not a soul in
don't
this
want
world I wouldn't
anything to do with what that is.
You're
We're gonna
quite a
get back to
crap
you
little
guys.
boy.
Muttering to himself, he goes,
Goat boys would have a fucking field day with you.
We're gonna pause here for that. Say that you're just wandering and bantering with each other,
Yeah,
I guess.
pretty much.
As we go back to the other three.
also,
you mean.
Hatter, that's correct. We will find you on the final session.
Oh god.
Are we there yet?
You guys found the river.
Let me
Oh,
take
we're
another
here.
look up there.
I remain silent to their badgering and continue traveling up North River unless they ask me questions. Other than, are we there yet?
Wait, I thought we were going to check out the deep river.
River's deep. It's
Oh,
name of
right,
the
the
town.
village. Sorry.
Actually, I just rolled survival to see if I could see where to go again.
You see where you need to go, and the wolf boy's already going it.
He's going the right way. Let's keep following him.
Right, that's what I've been doing for 2 years.
Is anyone trying to keep a perception out?
I'm keeping my nose to the air to make sure there's no territory we're intruding on.
And I'm looking for monsters, as always.
18.
That, yeah.
2 18s. Fenris is just tagging along.
What you doing?
Hmm?
What you doing?
I was rolling something that I
Fenris.
forgot to roll.
I said Fenris.
Demo!
What? Why can you not hear me?
Oh my god.
What? What?
Hear you now. What are you doing?
Why could no one hear me?
I don't know!
Okay. Right.
Your mic fell asleep.
Cool. Neato.
It was bored with you.
What I said was I'm just keeping an eye on Oswald, making sure he doesn't leave.
Well, with the 18s, Oswald and
Me.
and Wilk, you guys sense that there's there's a lot of wildlife, but as you guys get closer to Rivers Deep, it gets quieter. Less birds singing, less traffic in the trees.
Right.
There's a sort of like solemn and like silence towards the area you're going towards.
There might be something dangerous around.
That doesn't bode well. Shimmer, you still here?
Yeah, it's awfully quiet.
See as far as you can look that direction. I'm going to point towards the village, and I'm going to ask her to look for discoloration amongst the trees.
I'm gonna sniff for anything in the nearby vicinity.
Is that what I need to roll? Or investigation?
You did a perception?
Yeah, I did 18 out of 8.
18. Up ahead, you see that the trees thin out and blacken as though there were a fire at some point.
Oh, it looks like the trees have gone dark as if burned.
That's bad.
We should move a little faster.
I run over. I kind of like leap ahead to find out what's going on.
I will back up. Like, provide backup. I should specify that.
Move quickly, move quietly. I'm going to roll a stealth to try to not be noticed on our approach.
I will also do that.
I will attempt to do that.
Was that a
Jesus.
kinetic
How
bird?
the fuck?
Jesus!
Oswald is so suddenly stealthy that Fenris just trips on him.
That's exactly what fucking happens.
And I hear it from across the planet.
Oh, Ethereal's bows. Keep it down over there. It's too late, isn't
By the
it?
creators, Fenris, why are you so loud?
Why are you suddenly competent?
I've been watching Wolf a lot, okay? He says while on all fours.
What are you doing?
Making
Just
our way towards the village, quote unquote,
waiting for Wilk
quietly.
to move. Yeah.
With just my longsword out, by the way.
So as you step forward, you get a sense of dread that sort of washes over you all as you see the first charred trees come into view. Steps quieten, hesitate almost as you slow down even further, creeping along. There is literally nothing to really hide behind aside from blackened, charred out husks of trees, and ahead of you, you see there's even more. The ground is blackened. Nothing has grown here, and you don't know when this happened, but it looks like it happened a long time ago. Despite that, nothing's reclaimed this land.
Can I cast
When
Identify?
You'd have to be touching the thing you want to
I'm
identify.
touching the charred tree.
It is a charred tree. Are you ritual casting or actually spending a spell slot?
I'm sorry, you had to explain the difference to me. Because I'm guessing ritual is just fine. I'm not in fight, so I guess it would be
So
fine.
ritual cast.
You'd have to stop for 10 minutes to cast ritual cast identify.
But the trade-off is it doesn't consume your spell slot. Spell slots. What class are you?
He's a artificer.
A what?
Artificer.
So
Her
I
spells
think
are
your
her
spell
potions.
slots come back after a long rest. So you would lose that spell slot until you take your next long rest.
Instead of doing identify, I would let you investigate if you're just trying to investigate a burn.
If you had identify, you would know the spell is used to identify magical things, and only magical things.
Well, also, if we do it on creatures, it says.
Yes,
But you're right.
Yes, you can.
you learn the magic on the creature.
All right. Well, then I'll just do investigation.
Figure out if something is enchanted or at all magical. You can also roll Arcana.
That's my
Well enough, I
investigation.
can tell you. So, as you basically sort of get down out of the trees now, because there's no trees linking to yours, you actually have to walk from this point on. You step forward, creeping slowly, hesitantly towards this burned out husk of a tree. You reach out, you kind of drag your nail across it, feel the charcoal just fall apart underneath it. It is just a burned out charcoal husk of a tree. A fire has absolutely ravaged this land. You're not certain why nothing's grown back or even tried to. It seems like this has been here for a long time. The water from the rain has degraded a lot of the charcoal around here. So you think by now nature would have reclaimed. Something feels wrong.
This doesn't feel right. It feels like it's been done
There's
a
a
long time ago, but they're still here after all this rain and time.
that nat 20. I will say that there's a distinct lack of magic and soul in the air.
So it's very depressing. Okay.
You can feel that there is no life here.
The entire area
Wonderful.
feels just empty.
I have a
Shay.
sneaking suspicion.
Yeah.
So I would have gone on trading trips here with one of my parents a couple times. When is the last time I remember actually going on one of those trips here?
Around 12.
And
That was when you were 12 is when you were told the thing burned down.
Okay.
Step very quietly. Gather a sample of that tree's charcoal. We need to bring it back. We can give a look through of the town, but if we see anything of opposition, we need to make our getaway. I'm gonna draw my hand crossbow on my other hand too.
As you guys sort of do what you guys say you're about to do, every step, as quiet as you're trying to be, is loud as it crunches across this dead land. It's very impossible to be quiet, and there's really not a lot of places to hide. You can see the charred out remnants of the village in the distance that you're supposed to go and look through, but everything just feels oppressive and dead.
We need to see if there's
Been
any
like this
corpses.
for around 10 or so years. Why has everything not come back?
There's no soul. It's been drained.
Wouldn't the
Necromancy,
soul
perhaps?
wouldn't the soul slowly have seeped back in?
There are ways that
I would make a history check on that.
doesn't happen.
I don't know how that works.
History check for what?
On if soul can seep back in if it's been drained.
With money, you know it can.
I will actually confirm Oswald then, be like, I think you're right. Nothing's coming back in at all. If anything, something here might be constantly draining in a radius.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not good, right?
That's very bad.
That's very bad.
Or someone.
Well,
Stay close. And don't let it drain you.
You're gonna pick up a handful of the charcoal and just put it in his bag. It'd be good if I want my feathers to be black.
I'm gonna keep my
So you guys are heading towards the village now?
on high alert. For me at least.
Yep.
Perception.
I have my stick out.
I'm going to pull my sword.
Why am I competent?
Roll perception as well. Not so good.
21.
Oswald,
None.
you see a burned out husk of a town, but you do see movement. Your eyes are basically drawn to what looks to be a pale figure,
Yeah.
hunched over towards the center of the town where there used to be a well. You see the charred remnants of the stones that made up the construct sort of like toppled over nearby it, and it's hunched over something in the ground. Wilk, you smell something familiar.
Is it death?
Something that tugs at your heartstrings in a way that is both unfamiliar to you but not at the same time. You're confused immediately. You don't know why you know this scent. Fenris, you see the same thing that Oswald does. Something pale, hunched over toward near what the remnants of the city's well. You guys are on the outskirts of the town. You barely see this out in the distance.
We should
Uh,
move in.
I'm assuming since Blue didn't see it, she just kind of keeps walking forward, right?
Blue, you do see that people have stopped. What are you doing?
I stop with them.
Monster.
Quiet. It probably
We should
already knows we're here.
Doesn't look like
Because
it.
we're here.
Maybe it can't hear.
Maybe it just can't see this far.
There might be more is the problem. Something's wrong here. I'm going to try to smell about the area. Is the smell coming from the creature?
Has
or-
anyone told Wilk that you guys see something?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a monster over there.
Oswald stopped and said monster. So
You don't see it yet, huh?
I'm gonna look for it then.
Perception.
Wherever they're pointing.
It's that weird weight thingy.
21.
What you see, Wilk, causes your mind to go blank. You're going to seize up catatonically. The pair of antlers does it to you. To the other two, you watch as he looks, his eyes sort of like narrow, and then he sort of drops to his knees and freezes. He does not move.
Shit.
I'm going to step in front of his line of vision, kind of pat him on the face, snap a couple times. Try.
I'm gonna need you to make a charisma saving throw, hun, with his disadvantage.
8.
You do not come around.
Heavy breathing intensifies. My blade in one hand has fallen to the ground, and my crossbow is now pointing towards the ground as well.
Okay.
Should I get closer and try and figure out what it is?
No,
Go try to
We-
look again where he's looking.
All right,
we
perception.
need to, if we're going to try and engage it, we need to try and lure it out to us.
Unfortunately, Blue, you're so short, you're having trouble actually seeing above a couple of the things that they just sort of soar over.
Here, you want to get on my shoulders?
If you don't mind.
No. He just squats down, pats his shoulder, hop up.
I just hop up.
Perception with advantage.
Yeah, because I'm just pointing at the thing.
Now you see it. You see what looks to be a pale figure. You see antlers kind of sweeping back, but it's huddled over something.
Actually,
It's very far in the distance, so it's hard to make out actual details, but the antlers and the pale, sort of humanoid-looking
Okay.
figure
Shay,
are there.
Can I try and identify what this creature is?
How are you going to do that?
Be based off of just what I was able to observe from so far away.
Sure. I would say roll me a history.
History. Ooh, 7.
With a 7, you're not 100% sure. This isn't really bringing up any information that of anything you've heard before. Aside, it vaguely looks like an elf.
I'm also gonna roll history.
While you're trying to figure it out, by the way, Blue, the vulture whose shoulders you're on pulls out a piece of that charcoal in a sketchbook and is starting to draw the thing he sees.
Blue, that's an elf. That's an elf blessed by deer, by stag. You think it might be female?
We're afraid of it. Of an elf? We should go talk to him.
Well, I mean, it could have been an elf once. People can turn into monsters.
All right, I can move faster than you guys. I'm going to move in. Stay. Call it 80 feet back.
That's not fair.
Should I make another save?
Give me a sec.
I want you guys to take care of Wilk and bring him along with. Because God knows you can't.
Looking at him on his knees, the same height as I am, looks at Squirrel that's like 3 feet tall. How do you propose we bring him?
Fenris is going to lift him up. Excuse me. Shimmer, was it?
Yeah, I might have something in my bag that could help him.
I'm gonna roll medicine. If that's okay.
Sure. You roll medicine to figure out what's wrong with him. So you walk up to him, you kind of like crawl up, you look at his eyes, you see that he's having weird breathing. You kind of chalk it up to you think he's might be having like a PTSD sort of like panic attack. And as that comes to your brain, I need you all to make Constitution saving throws.
Constitution. Natural 20.
Everyone but Fenris. There is a rippling crack that sort of echoes through the forest. Like a thunderbolt had struck the ground nearby. You feel and see the rest of the charcoal trees nearby shatter as you are all basically slammed into the ground, even you, Fenris, but you stay conscious for the rest of this. Any magic that you guys did have within your soul has been sucked dry. Because of this, you will be unconscious. Fenris with the nat 20 is going to stay conscious, but you are still drained. You are unable to move, but you can witness what is about to happen.
Okay.
Dwayne and Charir, you guys hear what sounds like a thunderbolt, basically up north, but somewhat close to you. Kind of in the direction you thought there was a village. What do you do?
Can I see the sky?
Yeah. From what you can see, it's blue.
It doesn't look like storms today.
Sad.
Can I insight to see if I... Well, what did it sound like? Just a crack? Like magical or...
Like a crack, like thundering,
okay.
like striking the ground nearby.
I don't know. Well,
What do you think, old boy? Shall we go investigate?
I'd prefer not. It's...
Ah, come now. There could be people that need our help.
Yeah, and then we'd be part of them.
Well, yes, but a man should live to serve the others. Look at you. You carry this big halberd. Yet
Yeah.
you are afraid to use it?
More like I'd prefer not to use it. Yeah, okay, let's go.
That's a boy.
You guys start in the direction of the village.
Yeah,
Fenris,
I really do want to stab something.
Yes.
as your body falls to the ground, numb, a fucking sharp pain through the heart was what you know and feel before. You felt this before. It was whenever you were drained by a geist, basically. It's the feeling of someone draining soul from you. Not enough to kill you because it doesn't seem like they were targeting you. But as you look out across the village, at least the ground of the village, you see, because you have a perfect view of this creature, that pale deer-like creature, standing up, holding a red glowing gem. It turns towards you and you see that its face is sunken, its flesh shriveled, it's pale white, clearly undead, but it is an elf. feminine. Naked, but at the same time, it's not like there's much left to see. It just sort of tucks this red gem under the arm, looks around, doesn't seem to notice any of you, and just starts to leave.
That was weird. Can I?
You can't move or do anything
Okay.
yet, nope. But as she leaves, about 5 minutes pass as you see a kobold, a red one, in armor, and what looks to be a gnome sort of just like enter
Stage right.
basically across from you, like enter the village looking around, like looking for whatever the fuck happened. They look confused. Now you can speak.
My weapon is.
Can I shout out to them?
Yep. You can slowly sort of like try to sit up, but it hurts.
Okay. I'm gonna sit up and call to them. You need to leave now.
You guys hear someone calling to you.
I start
from
heading
the-
towards it.
You see them start running towards you, and then you guys are now. So you see a wolf like struggling to get up, and 3 unconscious people next to him. Another wolf, a vulture kindred, and a
I
squirrel
start
kindred.
looking around like warily because whatever took them down is
He's going to rush towards the one that can actually sit up and speak. What happened here? Are you all right? Do you need assistance?
Yes. Can you help my friends? Just get them out of this area, and I'll explain everything. Just
He's gonna look down at himself.
yeah, that sounds
Look
safe.
at the large people over there. Look back down at himself. Now, I'm all for helping, but look at me. Oh, I have an idea. Never mind. He's going to go... I'm small. Oswald is small too, right? Or is he like medium? or long?
Oswald is like
Uh,
6'7".
blue
Okay.
is
He's
blue
normal
slash
size.
shimmer is.
I'm small for a kindred.
And Wilk is the large Raff, right?
A large wolf
Hold-
man that's unconscious.
Hold up there. I want to help you guys as much as anyone, but how do we know you don't have friends around here somewhere? He's looking around.
Nonsense. Just help them, boy.
Sure, yeah, because I really want to die.
I really wish I had a good response to that, but I just saw something pull something out of the earth, and it near killed us.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. All right, let's. I go to what are the sizes that we're looking at?
Large. There's an
All of
8
them?
foot tall wolf boy. There's another 8 foot tall wolf boy. There's a 6 foot tall bird boy, and then there is a 3 foot tall squirrel boy. Squirrel
will
girl.
try to go for the bird, and I got nothing.
Oh, are you just trying to lift
I
him?
was trying to pull him.
Nonsense, boy. Use your brain.
Yeah,
He's going to
I'm
unravel
not-
the. You said it was quite a large roll of bark that he got, right?
Oh yeah.
All right. He's going to unravel that next to the large wolf boy.
The bark that you peed on.
He wasn't going to mention that part.
What
Ignore
smells
the smell.
disgusting?
Look, just you be quiet over there. He's going to take his crowbar from his Dungeoneer's pack, try and wedge it underneath Wilk, and slide the bark underneath him like a sled.
I'm still too weak to assist in any way.
No, you can get back up now. It's just it hurts every time you move. It hurts, but you're muscling through.
I'm going to try and move them onto the bark and help him.
All right. So you guys, between the two of you, you managed to basically get them all piled up on this bark.
He's going to strap the rope to it.
Here, allow
And-
me.
Yes, thank you. I'm quite small.
All right.
Strength, boy.
Strength. 6. Wow.
You there, Kobold. Come over and help him.
Sure, whatever.
He's also going to sit on the sled.
strength as well, Kobold. Between the two of you, you got over a 10, so you guys start to drag this away.
While they're going, he's going to check on each of the 3 as he can. Do you want 3 medicine rolls?
Medicine.
So,
Well, you all wake up missing limbs.
I can replace them.
So you look at one and you're like, well, he's out. And then you look at the other and you're like, is that a girl or a boy? And then you look at the fucking wolf boy and you're like, you just kind of slap his face and Fenris, you're awake.
I'm Wilk, thank you.
Fenris!
Fenris
Oh,
is
sorry,
already
yeah.
awake.
Wilk.
Like, excuse me.
Wilk, I'm sorry. It's going to take me time to get used to you guys' names. Wilk, you're awake, but the thing that's on your brain immediately is it's Fryn, basically. The words on your lips. You know where this is from, but you don't know why you're thinking of it. You just know Fryn's in danger. You need to go to them, but you don't know who they are.
I'll grip my blade, which has been like vice gripped in my hands since the shock, and look around.
You have a gnome sitting on your chest.
Hello.
It smells like piss.
Look,
that's what I was just saying.
could we not look the gift horse in the mouth? It will bite.
Oh,
Pete
you're
himself.
finally awake.
You guys are direct. You feel the earth moving underneath you. You seem to be on some sort of foul-smelling
Piss wagon.
bark.
Welcome, all aboard the piss wagon. Come on, let's go.
What happened? Where am I? Who are you?
I am Dwayne Stoneborn. And who are you, my friend?
Wilk. Redmane. The
He's going to hold his hand out as if you could shake it. It is a pleasure to meet you, Wilk. Oh, never mind. It is a pleasure to meet you.
I'm gonna nod and be like, there were 3 others with me.
Yes.
See, your friend is one of the people dragging you, and you feel the other 2 next to you.
Looking around amongst them, slowly getting my bearings.
From what I can tell, you're all alive. Except for that one over there. Is it a girl? Or is it a boy? I don't know if it's dead or not.
The squirrel, it's... I look over. Is it breathing?
She's breathing.
She's fine.
Oh, wait, did
Tough
I get
as she
woken up?
looks.
No, you guys did.
Okay.
He slapped the big wolf.
Okay, I thought someone said I got woken up. I thought I missed something.
Trying to
Myself
get
and the kobold here found you
shit
all
together.
unconscious.
I'm going to look at the gnome. Get off of me. Let me up. Let me up.
That is not a good idea, my friend. You have been through quite a shock. And I'm rather comfortable on this ride. My little legs get tired easy, you see.
Are we outside of the burnt zone by now?
Yes. You can
What?
slow down because you're hurting pretty good.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
you also, honey, you had everything drained from you.
Shit. Fenris, what happened? Did someone cast a spell?
I'm not entirely sure, but whatever that was, it was not alive.
Last time I felt like this, I tried casting a sign before I was able.
Yeah, that's because our soul was drained.
I'm gonna reach over, then I'm gonna look at my hand, drop the sword, and go and nudge Oswald and Shimmer.
Shimmer and Oswald, you are awake now. Someone's basically shaking you.
As he drops the weapon, the Charir looks a little more comfortable now that he's no longer armed.
You also feel like you've had everything drained out of you. For those of you that use spell slots, not aside from Oswald, because he wasn't, not Oswald, Dwayne, because you weren't there for the whole thing that happened, your spell slots have been depleted.
In Shimmer's case, her potions have been depleted. Just drained.
Quote unquote, yes.
When she fell, they all shattered.
No.
Drained, basically. Any potions
Yeah.
you did have, they're now dead potions. They don't have
Yeah.
anything in them that's worthwhile. It's like tar.
Try drinking it.
What?
Ew.
Gross.
What happened? I just saw a weird, like, she said it was an elf, and then I fell. And now I'm tired.
You don't understand. She's in
What's that
trouble.
spell?
I'm gonna stop.
Oh, we were moving?
You're not moving anymore.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah, he'll hop off you all now.
Ah,
Kind of toddle us off to the side.
I'm gonna try to get up. She's in trouble. We need to
What's that
report this.
smell?
who's in trouble?
Never mind the smell.
Listen,
Is this on my fur?
I subconsciously reach towards the pair of Slayer amulets I have and reach towards the one that isn't mine. And I look at it.
Who's in trouble?
No
I mean,
one.
you guys were,
We are.
I guess.
My head.
Anyway, again, what happened?
Okay, let's sit down, have a meeting.
Okay.
All right. Now that you guys are out of harm's way, who the hell are you?
Fenris,
Wilk.
Silverfang.
They're slayers. I just follow them.
What
That's
does
Oswald.
that mean?
Slayer, monster hunter. You know what they are, right?
Oh, well, not as such, but neat. So, what brings you over to this place?
We were investigating what happened, and then the thing happened. What was the thing?
Meant more due to this area of the
Okay.
world.
Fenris. We live here.
So,
This is our home.
Less of a adventurers and monster slayers, and more of
We live in the woods.
We've been sent by the spirit of Wolf to investigate that area.
There
Something
we go.
horrible's going on. What is your name?
Charir. I fucking Verthicha. There we go. He
Jerk.
speaks
Ah.
Draconic.
The noble name, Charir. I fucking Verthicha.
Yes, I fucking.
No.
Fenris. No one else interrupt him. Fenris, what happened? Why do I feel
Well-
weird? What did that monster do?
well, first there was a loud crack, which is probably the last thing y'all remember. Then we had our soul drained by something.
Ooh.
And that creature we were spying on pulled what appeared to be a red gem from the earth.
Oh. That wasn't the monsters doing it, was just the gem. That's boring.
Can I roll history to see if that sounds familiar?
Yeah, if you want.
Also, if it's important, the creature we saw was some kind of undead elf.
Ooh.
An
Today
undead
you
elf.
have
Okay.
no idea.
So, do we need to kill it?
We
Uh,
aren't strong
gonna
enough to kill whatever that
gonna
was.
be hard to.
It's just an undead elf. Well, wait. Do I know what an undead elf is? Point?
Yeah,
Okay.
You know what
I wasn't
undead
sure
are?
if that was a thing that existed yet.
it
Okay.
is. It's just not a good thing.
I mean, it
Did you not hear it? It made a cracking noise and knocked out 3 or 4 of us.
well,
Said
no one explained
drained
that.
us,
So.
which
To be
means
fair.
He just explained it.
Well, then I wasn't listening. Okay.
There we go.
for all we know, it was trying to cause a folly, necromancy, or some sort.
I
It's
mean,
gone now.
that's
Why didn't it
isn't-
kill you guys?
It would kind of be a folly in and of itself, wouldn't it?
We were just in its range. It didn't even know we were there, did it? I looked to the others.
Nope. It looked in our direction and didn't even notice us.
I'm gonna check my stone to make sure that it didn't get like damaged by the wave of anti-magic.
Your stone feels dimmer,
Oh,
but you can tell it's recovering.
What should we do? Should we go talk to the elves about what happened?
We need to report back to Wolf first.
yeah. Talk to Wolf. He'll know better.
Yep.
Who is this wolf?
I look
This-
at him like he's a fucking idiot. Like,
The
what?
spirit of
Yeah.
Wolf. Wait,
Yeah, sure. Because that makes sense.
I'm gonna
Look.
do an intelligence check real quick.
I am
As-
very foreign to this land.
As the worldliest
Yeah,
of all of us,
This man
Yeah.
has no idea where the hell he is.
the only one of us that has like been outside of his home for more than a few weeks. Shit.
You have
You're
no
weird.
idea.
You there. Wilk, that is your name, correct?
Yeah,
You seem to know what you're doing out of all of these.
don't
Where am I?
underestimate Fenris. You're... What do you mean where you're at? You're in the Forbidden Woods.
Did you hear that, Oswald? He said something nice about me.
Don't let it get to your
I think
head.
you're hearing things.
Probably.
All right, the Forbidden Woods. In what country?
Yeah, see, this is the bullshit I
We
had
are
to deal with.
on the land of Thiril.
Thiril. I have never heard of such a place.
It's named after Ellen Thiril, the creator. You've surely heard of that.
No, look, I won't go into detail about the circumstances that led me to be here.
I'm
It's
gonna
quite
history
daunting.
that since I'm
Oh,
out of sorts myself.
at this point, would it have clicked in my head that he might be from another place?
History. Because so far,
I-
no.
I will do history again.
Let me,
As
let me,
my brain is still ringing.
let me try
It's
this
not
out.
clicking for me either. I'm looking at it and I'm just going, is he...
Oh
Oh god, Oswald!
No idea.
Shimmer and Oswald, you come to the realization at the same time. He's a
You're
trap.
a traveler. You came from a different
Yeah.
realm.
What's that?
Where did you come from? What was it like there? Tell me all
He
about
came
it.
from it. I literally just. You need to start listening before you ask questions. I just said he
Oh,
came from another realm.
I
Other
know. I
realm?
wonder what it was like.
All right.
Yes.
You people are quite odd, aren't you? I like it.
Oh, you're
I wanna
odd. Tell us
talk.
I mean,
about it.
you're the one from a different
Piss bark.
realm, so.
I am from Faerun, the spine of the world to be exact. Had quite a
That
nice
sounds
little shop there.
exciting.
I think I've heard humans talk about that before.
The what?
You might well have. Mountains, my friend, mountains.
I mean, you're not. But hold on, you're not from the mountains. Like, you're from Faerun, and this isn't Faerun. You're on a completely. What do you call that? What is it called? Where it's the same place but different?
I didn't think gnomes would be travelers like humans.
I didn't mean to be.
Wait, he's from the world of humans?
A world
Yeah,
with
the humans had a word
humans.
for it. You're from the same place the humans are. What do you call? Like, they talked about one that was all made of fire and one that was all made of water.
Planes?
Plane. Yeah, you're on a different plane.
Oh, well, that's mildly concerning. But there's nothing I can do about that right now.
Are you okay?
What I need to do
Exciting.
is find civilization.
I play board games with my friends. That's why I know
I mean, we can. You can go with us back to where the Slayers are, and from there go to actual civilization instead of a camp.
that. Yeah.
Would
What are
your
you
Slayers
talking
be
about?
willing to
That's
trade with me?
civilization.
Probably.
Yeah, because, you know, this is a
Actually.
great place to trade. Where there's,
All
you
right.
know, an undead thing over that way, and we're completely alone in a forest, and
Yes, but you're gonna come with us to the Slayers, where it's guarded by the spirit of Wolf and all the monster Slayers he's trained.
It is evening, though.
I don't like the idea of going to a place where everyone can kill me.
But
I
you're at a
suppose it's
place where
better
everyone
than-
can kill you right now.
He has a point.
Is that a threat?
No.
Oh.
Well, not everyone. I probably can't, but these two can.
Charir, your
fair-
information might be valuable. You may have gotten a different look at the village that we didn't.
Oh,
Come
it's
on, let's
getting
go. It's getting dark.
late, guys. We should probably make camp if we can.
Mm,
Simultaneously, all of your stomachs grumble.
I don't
And
know what
I'm
you're
hungry.
talking about. I ate. My mom cooked really nice.
Pulls out a crock pot. My mom gave me food.
My mom did give me food. Fuck you. It's 10 days
So-
of rations, asshole.
You guys follow basically Oswald, Wilk, and Fenris as they head into Wolf's Glen, which is over here.
Thank God you went past just Oswald, because if you followed me, we'd all be dead. This way, that's the river.
Basically,
What?
you guys get to the glade, the people that try to keep non-slayers out are going to look at you like, are you bringing more strays home?
Hi, I'm a stray. What's your
For the
name?
record, they were there to witness something foul, and their words could be useful. And this one, I gestured to Shimmer. Needs to be made certain she's alright. We don't need a casualty on our account. And she has plenty of information herself. She's good with her eyes.
Undead, draining life from the land, kind of important.
The slayer just sighs, pinches the bridge of his nose. It's another wolf kindred, but he's a full-blooded slayer. He's one of the mastermind, the tactical ones. He finally sighs and it's like, fine, Wolf will allow them one night.
That's all they need.
Thank you.
That would be rather kind. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
This is pretty
We-
critical.
Thanks, Steve.
As
leans
soon as
down
possible,
to-
we need to speak with him.
I grabbed
Oh,
Oh,
some
he'll
food.
see you as soon as you're ready.
Not the kind of roughing it as I was expecting, but
Oswald leans down a considerable distance to Dwayne and says, "He gave me one night too. That was 2 years ago."
that's reassuring.
Well, that would be quite nice, actually.
Also, as we walk through, I look to Fenris and I go, "You've got to stop pulling us out of the crud. Eventually, we're just gonna end up dead."
If I don't stop pulling us out of stuff, we will be dead a lot sooner.
Yeah, I'm thankful for not letting me die.
I don't like the
Aw,
idea
you're
of you
welcome.
guys talking about how much we're gonna die.
So as you guys walk past the guards and into this glade, you see that it is sort of like a clearing in a forest, but it is filled with people, mostly kindred. It is a majority wolf kindred, some feline-esque kindred, and a few of the vulture kindred, mostly wolf kindred. There's also just wild wolves roaming around. And on the far side of the glade is a glowing light that is actually the spirit of wolf. It is a giant, I do mean like giant-sized wolf that looks to be made out of a star cloud. Around him is his kin, which is just a rather large wolf pack that just sort of goes wherever wolf goes.
Look at that. What a magnificent projection. I must know how it works.
What are you
That's the spirit of wolf.
That's the spirit wolf. The one
yes.
Bow
we're
your
talking about.
heads. Show some respect.
Oh, of course.
He's like a god.
Why?
I hear you people say that word a lot.
And as we bow, I'm going to nudge Fenris
stand up.
forward since he saw the most of everything.
Oh,
that
you guys
happened.
haven't even approached yet, but
Oh,
are you guys
shit.
approaching?
Okay.
He's
I'm
over
approaching.
there. He's on the other
Actually,
side of a field, and we're all just bowing.
I'm not bowing. I specifically said I wasn't bowing.
Shay, I'm grabbing some food.
Okay. Basically, you just kind of like walk past where like a couple of slayers are just sort of like having a cookout. You grab one of their
Absolutely.
like sticks that are just like leaned up against the fire with roasted meat on them, and just walk away. And they just sigh.
Oh, I see, but you didn't grab me any. I'm the one that pulled you out of there. Kind of. I helped.
With you.
So, who's approaching Wolf? Let's get that in order.
I'm guessing everyone is.
Fenris is?
I'm
Good.
approaching wolf, but the second I see a smaller wolf, I'm going to be distracted and run off after with my arms outstretched.
Okay.
I'm
You
not
get
going to
distracted
stop him.
immediately.
I start running after the wolf. Did you say you stopped me?
No, I'm not stopping you at all.
He just runs off and starts playing with the wolf.
Dwayne will follow. Follow Wilk, not Oswald.
Following Fenris.
No one follows Oswald and lives to tell the tale.
Wolf's attention seems to be drawn to you a lot as you approach. Blue, are you following? Not Blue. Charir, are you following them?
Red.
Kobold.
Red.
I was talking. Yes, he does, but he follows like behind probably the last one particularly. He doesn't do anything to like honor anything, but he's following and watching.
Okay. And Blue, are you following them?
He also doesn't know to
Yeah.
keep.
following them.
Sorry.
For you, it's just normal because you're kindred. Like spirits of nature are just like grandfather. It's just someone else's grandfather.
Other grandpa.
So Wolf is staring down at you lot, waiting.
Nudge
Bow my
Fenris
head.
forward.
Kinda has a step up. So, we've got some information, and we're not sure what to make of it. River's Deep, where we were sent to investigate. The area is dead. There's no soul in the air. And we saw some kind of undead elf with horns.
They were antlers.
Pull some kind of a red gem from the earth, right as a loud bang, and our soul was drained.
A soft sense of understanding washes over you. You get the feeling that you've done a good job. There is a feeling of concern as well, but you get the sense that you can do no more here.
Okay.
He says you should rest.
Sure, there's not more we should do?
You get the feeling, as some of the older Slayers are now stepping forward, that they're going to be the ones that are going to have to deal with this problem, potentially. As you guys are still initiates and haven't even chosen your path, this is too dangerous for you.
Understood. Bow my head again.
Well, we get to
Take
help in
three-
other ways.
3 steps backwards before turning and walking away.
And the rest of you?
Tell me, do you have a smith in this camp?
I mean,
Are you-
yeah,
are
but
you-
he's kind of
are
an
you-
ornery
who are you
I
motherfucker.
was about to say, is he asking the fucking wolf spirit? Okay.
So
Hold on. Charir particularly takes several steps off to the side away from him.
Fenris just like stops as he's walking away, and like he stops for a few seconds and then just keeps moving.
He is standing quite respectably, though. He has his arms behind his back, stood straight. He recognizes it's a person of nobility-ish. He just doesn't
the
particularly
wolf's
care.
nose lowers a little bit. You sense and feel his eyes on you. There's a sort of like calm smile that sort of a feeling of a smile washes through your mind, and your attention is drawn by mystic fingers towards the opposite side of the camp.
Thank you, fine sir. He's just going to toddle off towards the smith.
Well, don't know if I'm going to be following him for much longer.
I step forward. Thank you for your patience. We found that traveler. They were actually available to help rescue us whenever we lost consciousness.
Rescue is a broad term.
We have some art of the elf. Gazing at it stunned me. I have my suspicions, and I'll call over Oswald. Oswald, get over here.
What?
You have a drawing, don't you? You always have a drawing.
Hold on. You just hear. Hi. He just opens it and you see. Says I think I got a 20 something on my drawing check I did before. Let me see if I can find it. I got a 22 on my sketch, so it's a pretty good drawing. It's a bunch of charcoal stumps with a weird white antlered elf kind of hunched over a well.
On top of that, I don't know if this will be any further use to you or the slayers you send. But it didn't seem to affect the others. Looking at it tore at my mind as if memories I no longer have surfaced. And I was left with a name. Fryn.
A sort of soothing sensation is going to flow over you, hun. You get the feeling and sensation that you should let this one go. That things that are forgotten are supposed to stay that way, especially along the Slayer's path. He is aware of the situation and he is going to handle it, but there is nothing further that you specifically can do. Although he does have another job for you. It's time to escort this traveler out of the forest. So tomorrow, escort him to wherever he wishes to go.
I'll bow my head in acknowledgement and take my leave and look to Dwayne. Stoneborn, no. You're camping with us, and then we can escort you someplace else.
He already toddled up towards the smith.
Yeah, he's over there.
Oh,
Like, you
that's
look
right.
around
He
for him and
already
he's just
walked.
gone.
I'm gonna start making my way over to the shop, Oswald's shop, I'm guessing.
Oswald's shop?
The other Oswald.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oswald the fucking owl kindred!
Yeah, because he's usually located right near the smith.
Alright, so Dwayne, what you see is, as you are rushing off, is that these animal people are usually wearing clothes, but as you're running up to this shop, you see that this owl bear looking motherfucker standing on hind legs is fucking naked.
Woo!
Yeah, that doesn't bother him.
I mean, yes, you can't see any like defining features like that, but like he doesn't have any armor on. He's just sort of like seated behind this little stall, looking bored.
Hello there. How do you do?
His eyes flicker down towards you. A brow raises.
Now, I am extremely foreign to these lands, and as such, I have no currency. But I am willing to strike you a deal. Do you have any gunpowder? Please tell me you know what that is.
You watch as the person the creature takes in a deep breath and just shakes his head.
Oh. Well, do you have any other fine grain materials? Things that could be ignited? I can work with a lot.
His eyes narrow at you as he leans over the edge of the stall and states, "The gunpowder is rare.
Oh.
It's also only for the slayers."
But I wasn't asking for it for myself. I was going to make you some things that you could pay me for. At a very discounted price, might I add. Well, grenades and
I don't think we can use anything you have.
What do you mean? It's very simple to make and very simple to use. You simply ignite the fuse, throw it where you want, and watch the fireworks go boom.
You watch as his man sits back down on his chair, reaches up, and then flips over the open sign to close, and then stares at you.
Oh, come now, don't be like that. We are
Charir
both
steps
masters of the tinkering.
Charir steps behind him and pats his shoulder. Yeah, read the room, buddy.
Well, yes, but oh, come now. I saved your comrades. Surely that's enough for something.
He just sort of like gives you a quick clap or two, and then goes back to sipping his tea.
What are you wanting to buy, buddy?
Buy?
What?
Nothing. I need money. I was willing to work in exchange for currency.
I have some currency, right? Because of the starting amount that we have.
Something
as
in your
a party.
background?
Yeah.
And whatever your background gave you.
Well, it's a fighter thing.
If you're a native, your starting currency instead of gold was copper. So if you had a
Right.
starting currency,
And you don't get currency in your actual class. You get currency
background.
from your background. So it's not a fighter thing. It's whatever
well
your background was.
5E. Okay, never. Until I figure out what the hell my background is on this.
You haven't done a background. Oh, fun.
Of course I didn't.
Anyway,
know
back
what?
to the game, please.
And that's why the character mancer is so great.
You know what? Fine. I'll go find Wilk. He'll be willing to help me, I hope. I did save his life after all.
Meanwhile,
Wilk literally walks up to you.
Ah! Wilk, what was it? Redmane?
Yes, Dwayne Stoneborn, the Traveler.
Yes, the Traveler. The Traveling Tinkerer. The man that could create anything.
On the
I need
bright side,
assistance.
you're not too different from the gnomes here. You might be able to make a living there. You'll be staying in this camp for the night, and me and the others will be escorting you out. We can figure out where exactly you want to go soon.
Well, actually, I was looking to make some local currency. You know, a few odd jobs here and there, creating things.
I'm guessing
Some
you have
odd
gold.
jobs will get you arrested in certain areas.
He's guessing what?
I'm guessing you have gold then.
No, I have nothing. But I do have tools.
I'm gonna rub my chin.
The owl over there was not very helpful.
Well,
Yeah,
come sit
other
with us
Oswald's
then.
not very friendly.
I was just
We'll
going to call him
scrounge up
Bird
something
Brain.
to start up as our personal things, after all.
Ah, that is very kind of you. I appreciate it.
You can split it with the kobold.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
You said you like building things, right?
Yes, I do.
I picked this up on a job we did. I don't know why I did. And he just hands you a bundle of cloth that clink.
Why are
Again?
you giving him the gun?
He hands you essentially a disassembled gun wrapped up in cloth. I don't need it.
Oh. You know what? This is payment enough. Where am I sleeping?
Over here. Marches over.
Under
He's
the
going to toddle
stars.
over. Wherever he's sleeping area, he's going to lay all of the parts down and attempt to reassemble it.
Tinker tools.
15.
With a 15, you reassemble a normal hunting rifle.
Oh, this is very good. Now I simply need ammunition.
What's that?
It's what
Though
you put
it's
in
gonna
it.
take you like an hour to reassemble still. Like this other things are going on during this.
Yeah.
Oswald, whenever we get him out of here, remind me to get another drink for Fenris.
Okay.
Saved our arses once more.
Right, you did. Where'd that kobold go?
I was just about to ask the same question. The kobold and Shimmer. Charir, that was the kobold's name.
Charir!
Oh, wait, what? What's up?
Oh, there you are. I didn't see you because you're so short.
He pops up like almost like just magically next to you.
Oswald just squats down, still way taller than you, and just looks you up and down. You're a kobold, right?
He looks up. He kind of turns his head a little bit and looks up at it and taps his horns. I mean, last I checked.
Can you breathe fire?
He hold on. I got a thing for this. He coughs up a little bout of flame right there.
Ooh. What else can you do?
Wait, what are you looking for?
Like, what can you
I
do
breathe.
because you're a kobold?
Continue breathing. No, I mean, I'm fast. That's a hard question. Normally I'm not judged by what I can do. I suppose. I breathe fire, like a lot of fire.
Do you want to wrestle?
What why?
If I
Humor
beat,
him.
What did he say?
he said humor him.
Oh,
I realized that
why?
Oswald would not explain.
Why?
Because
He wants to get stronger. That's all you really need to know.
Is he gonna steal my magic?
Oh, I still hurt.
I'm gonna pause there as we glance back over to Blue, who is still sitting at the paw of Wolf, eating some food that it took.
She gets up from there and looks at her hands and realizes that her hands are filthy, her tail is filthy because she's like, been on the dirt and whatnot. So she's
Pestboard too.
acquired soap and a towel, and I guess I'm assuming there's some sort of stream in the area, and she's gonna clean her tail off and get cleaned up.
Okay. You are washing yourself in the communal pond, where other people are also washing themselves off.
Oh, I thought you were about to say where they drink.
Wouldn't
That
matter.
would be unfortunate.
All water is good water.
No. I'd
Not-
like to have a conversation with your friend over here. Kidding.
Who?
I guess you'll be bathing while they're fighting if they're fighting.
All water is good water, says Vulture Man.
So, what is your response, Mr. Charir?
I don't like this.
Come on, it'll be fun.
Sure, what's your definition of fun?
Fun.
Blink, 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 blink. I'm gonna go over
Right.
here.
I've never really been asked. No, come back.
You know what? How do they do these things outside of towns? What will you offer me if I fight you?
What do you want?
What you got?
I've got some charcoal. I've got a makeup kit. I have copper. I can give you copper. I'll give you 5 copper if you wrestle me.
You know what? Fine, why not? I'll take copper.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's illegal in most states.
You know what? I consented, so
What's
shut up.
a state?
Right.
Above game. Fenris isn't there. Fenris is over chilling by the fire eating.
That's
I
fine.
mean, I'm solid. That's a state.
Drew, I'm pretty sure Oswald has no concept of money.
Make it 10 and I'll do it.
No, you already said 5. Come on,
Roll initiative, you two.
no weapons.
Fine. Fuck. I rolled 20 and I don't have anything selected.
I rolled a 20.
It says you rolled
Oh, I rolled a 4.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Kobold, you go first.
All right.
Are they fist fighting each other? Or...
I said wrestle.
I mean, you wish.
He said wrestle, but the kobold's breathing fire in your direction.
Hey, that's not.
He did say fight.
I said wrestle, not
We
fight.
took it serious. Well, afterwards he said,
Is
"Let's
there a
fight."
saving
So
throw
he
or
did
not?
that. Huh?
I believe that's supposed to be a saving throw, flame
Yeah,
breath.
I believe.
There is. I
flame
don't
breath
know
is
why it
That's
didn't
why
do
it's
anything.
not a roll to hit. So
God damn it. Hold on. Let me fix that. Well, here's the fucking thing.
DC 10 dexterity save.
Technically, it says, how do I program in the dex save? Because it says dexterity saving throw versus 8 plus Constitution mod plus proficiency bonus DC. How do I do that second part?
What are you talking
The
about?
8 plus Constitution
It's
mod?
your spell
I
save.
can't fix these for you every
It's
time.
your spell save using your Constitution modifier.
Yeah.
I've never done that before, so let me look in my
Okay.
stuff.
What's your Constitution modifier?
It is 3.
Okay.
It'd be a 13 then.
Cool.
I mean, it's about a 4, so
And then proficiency? Do I have that? No.
It's 13 all in all.
Okay.
It's 13 all in all, dude.
Yay.
Because the 3 plus 8 is 11, and then plus 2 for your proficiency.
God.
Yep.
I'm looking to see how I can program that in here. I'll figure that out later.
You just use your constitution. And where it says the drop down for like which one it is, it's constitution. It's that easy.
It is easier than it looks.
Alright, so it's 8 fire damage.
ow! I said wrestle. No,
Ow.
I'm not gonna. If you're gonna cheat, I'm not gonna give you anything.
Oh well. He starts walking away now.
Oswald just sits and pouts, on fire.
Or Oswald.
People are weird. He mutters that he kind of says that to
Says the
himself
man
as he
who
walks away.
opened wrestling match with flamethrower.
Dude, no one asked him to wrestle. He doesn't know fucking.
I did 3
No, no, no.
times.
No, he didn't say you didn't say that. I said that no one asked him to wrestle. He interpreted the last bit where he was like, "Let's fight." He was like, "Oh, I mean, okay."
Do I see them do this?
You're still bathing, but you do look over because there was a flash of fire.
Out with fire, yeah.
Do I see that all was on fire?
No, you don't see anyone on fire. You saw there was a thing of fire. Oswald was all like, "No, ow, fuck you," and then the kobold walked away.
Can I use medicine or investigate from here to see if he's actually hurt?
One.
Sorry, what?
Can I use investigate to see if he's actually hurt?
You'd have to be closer. It's dark.
Okay. I'm gonna walk over to see everyone's okay.
DC3. Hey, okay, I got it.
If you want to think they're okay, it's a medicine check.
Are you okay?
I mean, the kobold just
With a 19.
kobold just set me on fire when I asked him to wrestle, so no.
You do see that Oswald's feathers are pretty charred.
Well, let me see if I have. Oh, I don't have anything for you.
Wait, did he just flame breath twice?
No, once. No, that's me trying to make sure it was
okay.
fixed. Yeah. Ignore this part. That's funny as shit.
I'm realizing now that all of my spell slots are gone again.
Yeah, because it got drained. But you do have a squirrel that's damp poking at you.
Hey, you're a squirrel kindred, right?
Oh, here we go again.
Yes, here we go again. This is what happens every time you meet someone.
Blue, you're being asked a question.
Yes.
What does that let you do? I've never really met a squirrel kindred before.
That let me do.
Yeah, like, because I was blessed by Vulture, I can eat whatever I want and not really get sick. What does squirrel let you do?
I climb trees.
Oh! I thought you were just really good at climbing trees.
Oh, but let
Renee's
me
dead.
see. I think there's a potion over here we can use.
You know, my magic thing is I'm a squirrel that talks. I'm sorry, I'll stop.
I'm going to grab a potion.
What are you gonna do? I'm sorry.
I'm grabbing a potion.
From
I think
what?
the closest source
A
of potions
potion.
would be Wilk.
He is sprinting. Holy
So
shit.
Are you trying to
From the
pickpocket
water
one
to
of Wilk's potions?
I'm just grabbing a potion. I'm using sleight of hand just to grab a potion.
from your own pack?
Honey, what's your passive perception?
Lower than a
Passive
19.
perception?
She gets a bottle of gunk because my potions are shit now from the
I have a
draining.
perception of 1.
Oh yeah, everyone's ours.
But she
So
doesn't
you,
know
you
that.
pluck a potion from yeah, I know. You pluck a potion from this dude, and you look at it, and you're like, that doesn't look like it's useful. It's like milky and
Well,
runny, but like also coagulated, but it's black.
Not a good potion. Let me see if I have another one.
I'll be fine once I take a night's rest.
Sure, we can take care of it now.
Eh.
Okay.
I take my towel and I go to the fire and dry off.
Okay. You guys are in a safe place. You do not have to have a watch if you do not want to. But you guys do watch as like towards the time when you guys would be winding down, you see that a lot of the older slayers are leaving.
A lot of them. Oh. Like, how many is a lot?
Over half.
Huh.
That is, oh.
So it's a good like 30 people that are just marching out.
Wow.
Where are they going?
Probably to take care of that thing.
You know,
Good. You can't leave things like that wandering around.
Hope it's enough.
They do what they must. Not that I know anything about them at all, really.
I'm gonna meditate sleep thing.
All right, the rest of you sleeping?
I mean, before that, he's gonna have to bother the gnome.
Okay.
At some point while you're fixing the gun, you just feel a shadow over you.
He's gonna slowly crane his neck up. Yes?
Hey, you're a gnome, right?
I am indeed a gnome, yes.
Can you breathe fire?
Well, that is a very good question, actually. There are ways and means that I could breathe and create fire.
Oh,
I do
but
breathe, and I do make fire.
can you do it because you're a gnome, or is it a thing you could learn?
No, it's because I'm very good with my hands and creating things.
Oh, is there anything you can do because you're a gnome?
I could probably headbutt you in the nuts.
That is accurate.
I don't think you could reach them, but that would be. I think that would be very effective if you could.
I
Right?
can't mute myself.
But other than that, no, not really.
Hmm.
Like, oh, yes, I can see quite well in the dark.
So
It's
can
not
I.
very helpful. But other than that, no, my friend. Why do you ask?
Oh, I have this cool thing that lets me learn what other people can do, but I have to beat them first.
Like how you didn't explain that to me, asshole.
What do you mean beat?
Beat, like in a contest, like
Oh.
wrestling.
Good. I thought you meant you were
Beat
just
in-
going to start hitting me.
No, I have to like beat you in combat, but I wouldn't just hit you because I'm not a douchebag.
No, you seem like quite a nice person, if I'm honest.
Thank you.
I mean, you could maybe absorb some of my knowledge. I'm
Now wait,
not sure how that would work.
before we talk anymore, you know what wrestling is, right?
I'm quite aware of what wrestling is, yes.
Because the kobold thought wrestling is setting me on fire.
Yes, quite.
You don't
Quite
understand
dim,
how
that
goats work. They're assholes.
He's quite dim for an adult, isn't he?
Is he an adult?
Nah.
He seems. Honestly, I don't know. He's dim.
Are you an adult?
Well, I'm over 200 years old, so yes.
Oh, that's old. I'm only 25.
Ah, you're but a child. Wait, do you want to wrestle?
Do you?
I mean, look at the size of me
This
and
man
the
is
size of you.
3 feet.
Yes,
feet,
but
I'll have you know.
I'm not very strong.
You know what? I was going to create a few things, but I suppose we could wrestle.
Yay!
Roll
He says,
for me.
knowing that this is going to be bad.
Fenris and Wilk beat me so many times I've stopped trying.
Well, try your hardest.
Okay.
Punch.
All right, fuck it, they're gonna wrestle.
Pulls out a knife and stabs him. This is vulture wrestling.
See, I did the
Roll
right thing.
initiative.
I only have 5 hit points left. Let's go.
Are they just doing this in the yard, or are they doing
Yes!
this? Oh,
The kobold is gonna
Fenris
walk.
is just there, just watching.
The kobold really didn't walk that far. He's just kind of following people around.
You go first. What do you do?
Punch him.
All right,
Headbutt him in the nuts.
he's gonna try and headbutt him in the nuts.
That's also not wrestling.
Yes.
Would it be athletics if he's got a gun?
Strength.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not 20.
Oh my god.
Now here's the important question I need to ask about like vulture kindred physiology. Does Oswald have nuts?
They're inside of you, but yes. Alright, so I need you to roll me a D4.
D4.
We're gonna double the damage. That's gonna be 8 bludgeoning damage to your nuts. And yes, somehow he did manage to hit them inside of you.
What the fuck?
I mean, I am knocked unconscious. I had 5 hit points left because someone set me on fire.
The kobold just starts
Basically,
laughing.
you all just watched as this fucking gnome, like, gets up, dusts himself off, and then charges headfirst at the
I
kid.
mean, he'd have to Mario jump.
Into the
Oh
air,
my god.
jumping into the air and slamming his head into his groin. The vulture, his mouth open, no sound came out, and he fell over and he's unconscious.
I was gonna say, he suddenly collapses saying, none of you know how to wrestle.
Man, your cat from now on believes that a gnome's magical power is hitting someone in the nuts.
No, he's smart enough to not. He's
Every
smart enough
time.
to not know that.
Just sitting there,
It's
just
a
sitting there,
blow.
eyes shut, meditating. And the only thing I have to say is, that's how he usually gets set to sleep.
I am crying.
Alright, Fenris is going to go over to Kraigdeep not to laugh, and he's gonna try and help stabilize him.
The kobold is rolling on the ground, just dying.
Stabilize him. Use a roll medicine. Fuck.
I hope you realize once I
8.
actually get like
Wow.
strength skills, I'm gonna kick your asses.
Hey, he has to wrestle.
And you headbutted him in the nuts.
Try again, Fenris.
Okay. Trying again.
Dwayne will help.
Hey, roll again with advantage.
Okay. 13.
With a 13, you are stable, Oswald.
I feel like just by being nat 20 headbutted in the nuts, I should make a couple more death saves.
Oh,
Or maybe re-roll a character just like, yeah, I just died.
Rolling.
Your children will need to make death saves, that's for sure.
All right, well, that was a good little wrestle.
You won't
Ah,
have
good
any
go, Kratos.
children, though.
You don't know how to wrestle.
No, you don't know how gnomes wrestle.
And also, to be fair,
that's
anyone who
fair.
wanted to wrestle me, from my village tended to be an asshole about it. So, yeah.
Literally just try to grab and pin the other person. That's all it is.
I could have pinned you once you hit the floor. I chose not to.
But
Didn't
hitting
need to.
isn't allowed.
He's going to go back to his bed, and because I've researched what actual things are in my packs, he's going to try and make a crude grenade out of scraps of cloth, some charcoal from his Smith's tools, and strands of rope and glue.
I don't hear anything to make it into a. How?
Charcoal powder, when condensed enough with enough space in a pack, if it is ignited, it is quite a, what's the word? Violent kind of
A
explosion.
volatile reaction.
Yes, that's the word.
Roll me intelligence.
Intelligence. Not 20.
Roll
What
me your
the
Tinker's
fuck
tools.
is with this gnome?
What the fuck is with this session? I have also rolled 2 nat 20s this session.
I will tell you this. This is going to take some time. So you'll be trading a point of exhaustion because you're not going to get a full night's sleep in order to make a
Grenade.
1d8 grenade.
1d8 grenade. I will take
Still
that. Thank you very much.
1d8 fire damage in a 15-foot radius from impact. But you have to throw it really hard for it to impact properly.
I was going to ignite it. He has a piece of strand of string hanging out the top.
I thought you were.
Yes, but it still needs to.
You
So,
still need to use it.
well, you can set it on fire. That's not how this one works. You set it on fire thinking that's how it works. It has to hit a proper way for the internal combustion to
I
explode.
can take that. And one. Oh, I need to activate.
There you go. The crudest of grenades.
How do you activate the exhaustion meter again?
It's right under your Oh,
Yeah, it's not on the sheet.
Active.
it is gone.
So if you go to options, the
Yeah.
gear, I think it's fuck. Let me pull up your sheet. Do it myself.
I'm gonna get mine too.
Show global AC character. No, where is it? I can't find it. How do you help me?
Oh, there we go. Show exhaustion tracking, second from the bottom.
Thank you. There you go.
There it is.
Plus 1 exhaustion, and I'll add that grenade. Yay! So just crude grenade. It makes me happy that I can use actual knowledge now.
Now make sure you write off some of those things from your inventory.
Yeah.
Right.
Too late.
You guys eventually do sort of go to bed like proper people. And
I'm kidding. No, I do go to bed.
I would hope so. The next day does come.
Fenris,
Where did we sleep?
I believe
Around the campfire.
if I'm not
Where you fell asleep.
mistaken, the Slayers don't need to rest as long. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, they have to
But
rest.
they don't have to rest as long.
They have to rest.
It's full 8 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind then. just need you to remember that.
We just get more benefits from short rests, for example. Like, we can change things around during them.
Right. There it is. Got it. Can Fenris enter the camp or the surrounding campfire and just start smashing pots together?
Totally.
Cool.
In fact, some of the other initiates are just giving you the most horrendous death glare.
That's fun.
Well, everyone is awoken to the loud sounds of pot on pot.
I throw my net at him
On.
and lay back down.
You are netted, but you are still slamming your pots together.
And then I kick at his shin. Maybe he'll fall
Roll
over.
strength.
Disadvantage because you're prone.
What?
You're laying down and you're throwing. Okay.
You are laying down, so it'd be a 7.
That certainly does not hit my armor class.
Clang, clang, clang.
I'm up.
Someone knock him over.
You try that.
And
Be
Go
my
set him on fire, why don't you?
hands
Oh.
Oswald a spare set of pots and pans.
I guess I could do that.
Yay! Clang, 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 clang.
Well,
Wolf
Just
is-
running around.
Wolf is gone, so are most of the other wolves. It's mostly just like some elders and the initiates.
Let's eat breakfast, re-equip ourselves. I know all of your potions are as bad as mine. And we'll talk
what?
about where to go next.
Pull out one of my potions and
All the
swirl it
potions
around.
went so sludgy.
It's disgusting.
I'm gonna pack it away again. I'm holding on to them.
You're gonna pull a Dan. I get it.
I'm tossing my stuff and making new ones.
Okay.
Oswald, Fenris, we can pull some copper together for our heroes as well.
Oh, there's no need to do that. You've already given me a
Okay.
firearm.
They cheat. I don't like them.
Fair. And the kobold.
They deserve something though.
Dwayne's happy with his payment. Is
Where's the
copper
squirrel?
good for you,
Blue.
Charir?
Oh,
I have some.
I eat something.
What's up?
swimming.
letting them talk first. I didn't know they were talking.
I have some copper set aside.
Right.
How much sounds reasonable?
I was gonna think 2 per, but
That sounds fair. I'll hand over 6 copper to Char.
sounds about right. I'm gonna open up my ration and have us eat as well for breakfast. And as we do so, I'm going to look to Dwayne, Charir, and Shimmer. They're giving you about a day, and they want us to get the Traveler out of here. So you're welcome to travel with us during that if you'd like. I have potentially 3 areas that he might enjoy.
I mean, I have nowhere else to go, so I'll come along.
You know, I've actually had some time to think about it. I don't think staying in one place for too long would be too smart of me, really.
Why is that?
Well, people don't often like my kind. They don't trust us. I'm not sure why.
Well, I mean, never mind.
There are gnome villages and cities.
He needs the money to get to them, and we can't afford that. Ocean being as annoying as it can be.
Which brings me to my next point. I could travel with you, wherever you go, repairing your armors and weapons, and creating new things for you to use to kill whatever it is you kill. I wouldn't require payment, just a share of the loot. What do you think?
Looking at Wilk, just like with a raised brow, slightly canted head, just like
The problem is that isn't our job. Our job is to get you out to the woods, because you aren't elven or kindred. You are a gnome.
Well, you could get me out of the woods, and then take me back into the woods. There's
I
a loophole
cannot-
around everything, my boy.
I
That-
cannot
It
control
woods
what
are
you
called
do.
the Forbidden Woods.
That we can't. So, we understand you're an outsider, but there is a code of conduct to the work we do. Loopholes, unless it is for the greater good, aren't.
And what greater good is there than me maintaining your weapons and armor for absolutely no currency, so that you can continue to help those in need?
Well, then you have Oswald to compare with. And I gesture to the big fucking owl Kindred off in the distance. You might piss him off.
I
Free
have a feeling
competition
I've
by
already
any
pissed him off.
Huh.
You pissed
What-
him off when you were born.
What
Yes.
we know is, I guess this is our job to escort him out.
Yeah, I think
Huh?
so.
Let me
Um,
speak to your wolf.
He's not here
Uh,
right now.
He's
Yeah,
not
he's
here.
gone.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Anyway,
Huh.
what about you two? I look to Shimmer and Charir to get their input on this for now.
Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of your group. I'm just kind of passing through, so
We
I don't
can-
really have any say in this.
Or some ways to help people, so I'd love to help.
Well, why don't we figure it out as we're traveling? We got probably a couple days of travel to get him to at least somewhere that's reasonable.
Depends on the direction. If we go west, we can interact with the orcs. I'm not certain they would enjoy gnomish company.
Hmm.
But also,
I'm not sure they'd enjoy any company.
also to
We
the
could take
west
him.
is a rather guarded entrance to the dwarven kingdoms. They often enjoy. I look to Dwayne, eccentric types.
Hey,
I don't think they'll like him.
Let's avoid the dwarves for a bit.
As far as I'm aware, dwarves don't like anything that isn't short and has a beard and isn't a goat.
But where we find dwarves, we will find the goats who enjoy someone who can help them break dwarven contraptions.
also, I am short and I have a beard.
And to the south, he's proven good with firearms. Perhaps the court's new village that they are watching over would enjoy someone who can keep things in top shape.
Do you think that situation would be improved by more gun or bringing the gun back?
True,
I
he probably
don't
wouldn't
think-
meld well with the court's rules.
Why don't we take him to that big city?
And that was the other direction, east. There's a smaller town, Golden Dew, but that's still in the woods, if I recall. Emelroth has a bit of a center on the island here, and he could go anywhere there, if not back in. And more importantly, he might get harassed by Ellen Thiril if we pull him back in, and they can deal with it.
Honestly, you lost me at north.
I never said
We're gonna
north.
go. We're gonna go that way and take you to a city.
Well, all right, if that's what you think's best.
Or we could take you to the dwarves.
No, the city is fine.
Or we could take you to the orcs.
What don't you understand? The city is fine.
Okay, city. Where there's dwarves and orcs.
After eating, I'm gonna stand and make my way over to the shop and replenish my 3 lost potions.
As you know, replenishing your potions is free.
Okay.
That's
What?
right. Oh, I will also replenish my potions.
Also free for you.
Cool.
Do I see them getting potions? Because
do
I could
do
get some potions.
Do I still have the bad health goop?
You wanted to keep it, so if you had an extra bottle, yes.
I don't, but I do want potions, so I will.
And you definitely dumped it out.
Okay.
You
Can I
could
buy-
drink it.
can I-
That way
can
you
I
can keep
buy-
it with you.
Can I buy extra vials?
Take a vial.
Okay, I would like to buy 3 extra vials.
It'll be, I'm gonna say like 3 silver.
Okay.
I-
And it's a conversion rate of 10s, right? Okay.
Yes.
I grabbed 2 potions.
Oh, as you start to walk away, you feel a feathered hand on your wrist.
Yes?
for our potions, non-Slayer Kindred.
But they're potions, and I need a couple.
Where's the money?
Uh,
Translation,
see.
Shimmer.
Yes?
The items that you see on us and behind that counter are currently in use by those people.
Oh, can I use them?
Do you have the money to pay?
I have some that I grabbed. These coins.
1 copper, and you can refill anything you want.
This is awfully confusing. Just one of these, and I can have my potions.
I lift up a copper to give her the idea of one of these.
Alright, I hand him a copper, but I'm just terribly confused as to what's going on.
You have given him a copper, and now he's not using the potion as much.
I look really confused as I take the potions and put them into my pack.
So
That's
you now have, how many did you take?
2.
2, just 1d4 plus 2 healing potions.
2d4s. That's what they are. Yeah, they're the 2d4 plus 2s that we got.
Okay.
Can I find them in the inventory thing on here?
No, you have to add them manually into your inventory. Just make sure that you write them down as 2d4 plus 2 potions.
Okay. 2d4 potions.
Plus 2.
4 plus 2.
Okay. Sorry, this a lot of numbers flying at me.
You're good.
4 plus 2.
And what's the weight of them?
Fuck if I know.
I'll put a pound each. Oh wait, that should just need to be one.
They're like
One
point.
second.
They're like 0.5.
Sometimes they're 0.1, depending.
Alright.
They're potions of healing, so no, they're just 0.5.
Alright. I'm good.
You have to make sure you write in 0.5, or else it wouldn't
Is
work.
anyone else trying to take potions that aren't slayers?
Lord, no.
Nope.
I don't know how much money I have yet. I'm looking through
I'm
things,
trying-
so no.
I'm attempting to coach younger
I mean,
slayers
you
into wrestling
haven't-
matches, and I'm assuming someone keeps dragging me away.
No more wrestling matches.
You
Ah,
have,
Travel to do.
you have at least 6 copper red.
Oh, okay.
Is everyone fed and have their stuff and their items prepared for travel?
How much would
Oh, food would be a
some
good
vials-
idea.
How much
We can-
what?
some vials be?
Vials?
Yeah, for carrying potions.
Empty vials?
Well, if you're asking for vials, it's 2 copper per vial. Not copper, 2 silver per vial.
I look at the 6 copper and I pull out one and then put it on the table. And
You get 5 vials.
and then I fill it up with 1 copper, I assume.
1 copper will let you fill up your vials,
Okay.
yes.
I have 4 copper now.
Until you finish your background, you fucking goblin.
5. I am a. How dare you? That's a different race, asshole.
You all are packed up, yes?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just waiting to go.
Depending on how thick the brush is, this is gonna be a long trick.
Make sure you guys write. Well, I guess you guys were there, so you don't have to write off a ration. Hope you guys have rations
I do.
as you leave.
Wilk
the
gave us his
area.
rations, didn't he? To eat.
I gave us some food for breakfast. That's from
Yeah.
the camp.
I don't have rations because I scrounge around for rotten meat like the gremlin that I am.
I actually don't have
Nah,
rations,
you're a
so I
gremlin.
would like
Don't you?
to. I'm going to pick some rations up before we leave.
You guys took rations last time. I don't know why you never write them down.
I never took rations.
I have. I usually do.
Yeah, the Dungeoneer pack.
You 2 slayers have 5 rations each.
Thank you.
That's a normal thing that you guys got last time as well. Everyone else doesn't get rations unless they're asking for it and they have to pay.
If we need to resupply, we can stop by towns in the woods eventually. Or we might find one on the way.
Wait, I wasn't thinking about it. What supplies should we bring?
Camping supplies.
He just smacks one hand to the other. Camping supplies, right? What are those?
A bedroll, a tent, a tarp, ways to cook the rations.
Rations, right? He runs off towards other Oswald.
Ugh.
Oswald is staring at you.
How much for food?
1 copper will get you 5 rations.
He puts down 2 copper.
You get 10 rations.
Thank you. Runs back away.
Surprised you guys haven't died yet.
Yeah.
So, are you guys ready to go now?
Yeah, ready to
I
go.
guess we're heading up the city.
You're going to Elmoroth, yes?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That is a 3-day hike away.
Okay.
Hey, he's just gonna have
You have to
to
go
follow.
around the pond. Sorry, the lake. So, you guys start through the trees. For the most part, following who is leading. Because whoever's leading needs to roll me survival.
I mean,
Going.
it's usually either me or Will. So,
We'll
Mhm.
help each other out. I guess I got point again.
all right.
Fenris, give me some help.
Yep.
Northeast.
Yep. You have assistance.
I don't know why you keep taking point because you have the
13.
worst survival.
Yeah, he really he has.
So, the first day, you get horrifyingly lost. You spend at least 5 hours trying to figure out where you are, and then eventually you get back on track. But that
Fuck.
is basically 1 day wasted.
With a
See,
13.
The problem.
Oh, a 13. My bad.
Yeah.
I had advantage.
I'm sorry. With a 13, you just follow the trail.
If we ever get lost, the problem
So-
is that I keep pointing the correct direction, saying that's where to go, and you guys immediately assume that's the wrong way to go.
Oh god.
This is where you were.
Alright, that's where we are then.
So, it's a long trek. Very uneventful for the most part. You guys have been through this part of the forest multiple occasions. You know it's guarded by the bear known as Starfur. And for the most part, it's relatively peaceful. In fact, you guys find a nice clearing to camp out for the first
Very
night.
nice.
I am curious. Charir. I know the traveler's here against his will. Shimmer is looking to go be helpful. What's a kobold doing all the way out here?
I mean, I didn't quite fit in in my village, so I just kind of wanted to see what else is out there.
Makes sense.
And especially since I got really, really, really tired of a village full of assholes that were goats, and then also constant watching out for dwarves that happen to be assholes, and then those ones occasionally that aren't, but and then Goliaths are always a threat, so I'm tired of that. Maybe try to find a new place for us to settle down, but really I'm kind of in it just for me.
Well, we're going to the big city. I heard there's a big place for adventurers to go find glory as well as travel.
Adventure. I don't know if I'd call myself an adventurer, but I mean, why not? I guess it's as good of a direction as any.
Well, if you like all the walking we're doing, let that be the first telltale.
Well, I guess there'll be things to fight along the way, so I can try that.
there. Shimmer, was it? He shouts over at the, well, I say shouts, he's now next to her. To the squirrel lady.
Yes, that's me.
Could you do me a favor? Help me find rather large rocks.
Why you want to find large rocks?
I need to make a furnace. Don't question
Okay.
it. Just help me.
Don't question it. Just help me.
Survival to find large rocks.
Oh, fuck, 5.
Shimmer, you find a single rock the size of like your upper body that you have to roll because it's too heavy.
Like this large?
Yes, that will do. Come, roll it into the center over here.
I guess it is strength check.
Yeah.
How do I roll strength this one here?
City watch.
You managed to roll it over.
Very good. He's going to try and break it down with his smith tool, would be? That's his hammer and stuff, right?
Yeah, Smith
Yeah.
Tool has hammer and stuff.
He's going to try and use his smith tools to break it down into smaller rocks.
Strength.
Oh.
Well, I guess Smith Tools is strength,
Yeah.
so you're good. Okay, you break it into smaller rocks.
Okay, now he's going to use his hands to dig a hole. Just to say about a foot wide.
Strength.
Fenris is just at the edge of the clearing, just watching.
You don't really manage. It's very packed ground. You're having trouble getting in there.
Somebody come over here and help me, please.
I mean, you do have like 2 friends that are dogs.
Yep.
Are you doing a skill check, by the way?
He will be. He just wants someone to dig a hole for him.
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's going to point to the ground. Dig a hole here. Not too deep, not too wide.
Oh, I know what you're doing, Shimmer. You should go do that, yeah.
I should do that.
Yeah,
Part of
don't be
me-
shy with it.
Part of me wants to.
Yeah,
Who are you
poke 'em.
guiding? And you have to touch the.
Part of me wants to say no, but the other part is very
Uh,
curious as to what you're doing, so I'm gonna help.
I'm going to. Who's doing the task? The skill check.
I think it's the wolf man.
Yeah, he asked Wolfie to help. Well, to do it for him.
Alright, so guidance is a D4, right?
How do I? Oh, I just clicking it. Okay.
It's all you need to do. But yeah, it's a D4
Okay.
on top of your strength.
Strength. Oh.
Well, at least he
Wow.
doesn't
Oh.
critically fail because he had guidance.
Roll your D4.
Oh, alright. Wow, my rolls are
He
abysmal
fails,
today.
though. Oh, God, does he fail.
So you start like you're like I could dig a hole. The holes are fine. The holes are easy. And then you reach down, you start digging, and then your claws hit rock under the thin layer of dirt, and you're just like, well, fuck this place.
You're not gonna want to dig here. There's a bunch of stone.
Well, find somewhere for me to dig, please. It will be very, what's the word, beneficial.
What are you doing?
Going to make a furnace, burn some wood, create some charcoal, replenish my, what's the word, resources.
Maybe we should be careful about why we're burning wood in the, Forbidden Woods.
Oh, what's the worst that could happen? A tree's going to come alive and kill me?
Yes,
I mean, that
possibly.
is a possibility.
Really?
That's
Yes.
You're
why
not
we.
planning on.
That's why I kind of avoid this place.
You have
Oh.
to give back to what you take.
I'll start writing the sigils.
Yes, sigils. What for?
To let them know we don't intend to cause them harm. I'm going to start inscribing in Primordial, like, a single rune here. Like, north, east, south, and west. Like, the 4 main corners. I'm going to put a little sigil that says peace in Primordial.
Okay.
I don't know what it could do, but it might prevent them from wanting to kill us if they think we're a threat because we have a traveler. A gnome at that.
Is primordial what Peblins speak?
Yes.
Elementals.
Elementals as well.
I'm gonna.
I can't do that. Just gonna sit down and wait. He's not happy.
I'm gonna go look around to see if there are any animals nearby.
Don't do that, Oswald.
What? I'm not gonna walk. I'm gonna
I'll-
look around here
I'll
to see if
go
there are
with-
tracks for animals.
Don't
I'll
go
go
after
with
any
and make
bears.
sure he doesn't do anything too stupid.
Damn,
What'd you roll?
I rolled a
7.
7. Because I'm assuming Fenris is not helping, just standing and staring.
No, I'm helping.
Oh, then if he was helping, it'd be a 21.
There's lots of tracks.
Are there any recent ones?
Lots of recent tracks.
The ones we left.
So there's no way at all to discern where any of them go because they're all too mixed up.
They're all over the place. They go in every direction and they come from every direction. In fact, as you look around, you see a deer walking by.
You see Oswald get excited for a second, then it's just here.
Pat, pat.
What's the weather? Do I smell rain, like wet dirt in the distance, like storm clouds, anything?
Perception.
14.
Nope, dry.
Alright, good. I'm gonna do like a pitched half tent with a bedroll under it then for me.
And the rest of you?
Uh,
Do the same.
Can I-
He'll just set up his
I
bark.
I use my net to try to make a hammock.
I want to forage for food, like
I was-
nuts and stuff.
That's called survival.
Yep.
Whenever Fenris and Oswald get back, Fenris is just gonna find a nice, decently lush patch of greenery, throw his bedroll over it, and that's where he's gonna sleep.
So you do that now because I literally never left the clearing.
Okay. Mm. Bedroll.
What
So
did
how?
someone roll survival or anything for foraging or something?
Blue did
Uh,
with an 11.
I did. Rolled
With
11.
an 11, you don't really find much. You find a couple of pine nuts, but that's about it. They don't make the best for food, but it's better than nothing. If you have nothing.
He's gonna kind of watch what she's doing. Like, are you hungry?
Getting some things from nature to eat, that's all.
I have rations if you'd like some.
Oh, I know
Come.
we have rations.
Well, why not eat those?
I will have some later.
You're an odd bunch of people, aren't you?
Speak
Well,
for
I mean,
yourself.
it makes sense to go look for food so that you can have rations later when there's no food.
Mm.
Or eat the food at hand.
And
but then if you run
possibly
out-
go into a place where there aren't any trees or bushes or anything like that and die.
We're looking at most a 3 walk there, and we don't have enough rations for all of us to get back and forth, so we will need more food eventually.
Well,
Yeah,
we're going to a big city. We can stock up on rations there,
That's the idea.
and
for
we're
me at least.
losing people when we get there.
I still don't like that. Dropping me off in a foreign land. It's quite rude, actually.
And you should be more at home in that town.
Mm. I would
Nah.
love to see what you could make, but job's a job.
Yes, job is a job. He's just gonna kind of scuttle underneath his what's the word? Propped up piece of bark. That's gonna be his bed for the night.
That's
One that still
so-
smells like his own piss.
Yep, he's used to the smell now.
Fun.
Hey, Blue,
Shit.
not you. Shimmer,
You
Why are
hear
you running away
flute
from me?
From the
Hi, what's
distance.
up?
do you want to wrestle?
Don't ask
Um,
everyone we talk to if they want to wrestle Oswald. We're in the
I
wilds
feel like
now.
I feel like out of everyone, she's the one that's not gonna cheat.
Excuse you, when have I ever cheated?
No, I just can't beat you two, but the other two cheated. One
That's
set
the
me on
sign of a
fire.
sore loser.
One set me on fire. One headbutted me.
In the nuts.
Right in the dick.
Well, I mean, I assume that he doesn't have a dick. He'd probably have a cloaca.
It's a sound battle strategy.
Anyway, do you want to wrestle?
Let me think about it.
Raph, look at the tag I sent you.
Oh, he sent me something?
Yeah.
I don't got notifications because of the recording. Let's see. Yeah, but that's more related to something else different, like your alchemy and shit. Oh, wait, that one. Okay. Yeah, you can try that.
Okay.
Sure, let's go.
So, do you know the rules of wrestling?
Yep.
What are they? 'Cause I need to
There
make
he goes.
sure because I was set on fire last time.
Right. The rules of wrestling is that you have to be able to pin me to the ground.
Yeah, no magic and no hitting. You just grab the person and try and pin them to the ground for 5 seconds.
I think she's chugging a potion as you speak.
I don't use magic.
Are you
Roll
thirsty or
initiative,
something?
both of you.
Let's go.
You guys, I love that you're all cheating to try and beat Oswald when you really could do it by yourself. He has a strength of 12.
It's not.
At this point, it's just for the lulz.
Waiting for the other initiative.
Why is everyone I've
Blue,
tried to wrestle get a
go
fucking
first.
20?
What do you do, Blue?
I
It's your
roll
turn.
sanctuary, and I hold my action.
You're roll
What?
He set up the
using
spell sanctuary.
Okay, so how are you doing this in a non-magical way?
Non-magical way is she's thinking really, really hard about not getting hit.
All right,
That's
orc.
magic.
I would say she's just rubbing oil on her fur,
Oh.
which makes his glancing off basically hard to grab.
So basically what happened, Oswald, is she said, "Let's go," and then dumped a vial of oil on her. She is now oily and is looking at you expectantly. It is your
You
turn.
bitch.
You just seeing her obviously dump oil over herself. He just throws his hands up. None of you know how to wrestle.
Actually, the humans say that this is how you're supposed to wrestle, and naked.
The humans are weird. Where are you?
I'm up here.
Oh, you're over there. I didn't see
he's
that part of the
waiting
map.
from-
He's just walking over here and sitting down.
I
He's
did it.
convinced that only Slayers know how to wrestle.
He's
Oh.
between. Actually, no. He'll be over here, between these two trees, a little high up on the
Hammock.
on his net hammock.
Are you setting up a watch as
Yeah.
darkness overtakes you?
I'll take first watch.
Second.
I'll take third.
All right. As everyone finally settles in for the night, roll me your watch's perception.
Okay. Perception.
Ooh,
Okay.
a butterfly.
For the most part, you don't notice anything going on. In fact, you get kind of bored to the point where you're literally cleaning your nails until you're like, "Oh shit, I should probably wake someone else. It's their turn."
Just gonna walk over to Wilk and just nudge him awake with my foot. Wilk,
I go from a meditation stance and stand up. Right.
I'm bored.
We'll try to amuse yourself in bed.
Yeah, I heard a human say that to me once, and yeah, they were weird.
Right.
Anyway, good night, Wilk. Whip, 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 whip.
I'm going to walk the perimeter, glance around at the base perimeter with my dark vision, but smell for any the sense of man that I remember.
Perception for your watch.
Not really worried about the creatures.
Do not get the joke. True.
That's an 11 for the scent of man. I don't think there is any.
Yes.
With an 11, you smell forest, but you also smell other wolf kindred.
Is-
And then you smell there's no wind, but there's a sort of like rushing sort of like breeze that comes through that brings along it the sound of freshly uprooted dirt.
Huh. I'm gonna look in the direction of the breeze and focus on that direction then.
Perception.
22.
In the distance, you see dancing and glowing lights that sort of just hang in the stillness of the darkness. Like foxfire, but far away. And it's swaying as it moves from one side of the clearing that you can see to the other. It's very far away, and so because of that, it gives you the sense that it's very large. There's also you can hear in the distance the thunderous sounds of hundreds of footprints, footbeats.
I'm a roll.
Something massive is moving in the distance, flanked by lots of smaller things.
So I see the fire, and I can kind of see the small figures, especially dancing like crazy. I'm gonna do history. Is this like a
No dancing, running,
There is light
but there is something
dancing
large
like
moving,
fire, he said.
oh?
swaying.
Does it look like there's combat going on? Do I hear the sounds of combat at all?
No,
Huh. I'm going to focus on it, but I'm also gonna try to stay aware of myself and make sure it doesn't draw me in if it's anything special. But I'm gonna keep an eye on that and where it ends up for my watch.
perception.
Ah,
With a 12, you don't sense what basically happens. You feel something sharp up against your back and a growling voice in your ear. You're not sharp enough yet, pup.
maybe not, but I certainly was distracted. Who's there?
You turn?
He has something up against my back. So as far as I know,
Could turn your
all
fucking
right,
head.
fine.
Immediately get stabbed.
I turn my head slowly.
You see that there is a rather large group of elves, blessed by Wolf. There's at least 3 of them holding spears at each of your friends, and there's one that's kind of poking your back. He looks to be larger than the rest, black hair, ice blue eyes. Why are you so close to Elenthiel's walking area?
Ignorance. We will leave if needed.
We can't trust you to just leave at this point. Come without a fight and we won't hurt you.
Sounds about right. May I sheathe my blade?
Well, you should have done that a while ago. In fact, don't just sheath it, drop it.
I drop it.
I'm giving you the benefit of a doubt because you're kindred, but you keep weird company.
We are fully willing to explain ourselves. Would you like me to awaken them?
No, I've got them. He basically throws a hood over your head and then ties it and then grabs your arms, ties them behind your back, and the rest of you are roused as you are basically being flipped over in your sleep and your arms and limbs are tied behind you. You are then blindfolded and then carried away.
I really do not like this plane. You aren't the most
Where are you
welcoming.
taking us?
I let out a muffled voice. Don't resist. We're in their territory.
I suppose that's understandable.
You guys are led, but not led, but carried a long way. Like, a lot longer than you might have thought. It feels like an hour is dragged by the time that you guys start going upwards. You hear the sound of feet on wood. and you start hearing the noise of a city.
Ah, civilization at last.
That's weird. I thought the city was the other way.
Can I roll perception to hear if I can understand anything that's being said?
Sure? You can hear them just fine.
I guess I'm wondering if I can just.
They're speaking Sylvan. Well, sorry, they're speaking Elvish.
Okay.
No, some of them are speaking Common. It's not that hard. It's basically, oh look, the hunts found more people just straying in the forest too close to
Holy
us.
shit, out of all the languages I picked, I did not pick Elvish.
Why? I
Why?
picked Elvish.
Yeah, I didn't want to meta shit, that's all.
Did I sleep long enough to lose exhaustion?
Not yet.
Those bastards.
So basically, you guys are carried upwards in a spiraling sense. In fact, you guys start getting dizzy by the time that it finally comes to a close and you are set down on what feels to be earth, but grass. But you're up higher than you were before, and it's moving, swaying slightly. It reminds you about what it felt like to be on a boat. Except for you're nowhere near that much water. And as your hoods are removed, though your binds are kept on, you see that you are in a treetop, but below your feet is grass. You see hanging, dangling, glowing lights in the branches above you, sort of swaying as as everything around you sways. Whatever you're on, it's moving. Around you, you see elves of different kinds and blessings watching. You see stores and storefronts carved into the side of the wood. You see people staring out at you. And you see before you is a stag-blessed, elder, ancient elf. And it's just due to her grace alone that you know that this is probably their leader. It's normally you'd be like, I don't know who the king is. They gotta be wearing a crown or something. But this woman carries herself with such elegance and looks so old that it's unmistakable.
Wilk, would you like to take point on this one?
I
Please?
suppose I could.
Thank you.
We traveled too close to Elentheril. They managed to capture us. Apparently we were in their territory, unknowingly. I tried to explain it to the others. I just gotta, look up at the leader.
As you look up, you see the guy that had you step up to stand beside her. He leans over to whisper in her ear. She nods and he steps back, but he still stays close. Welcome to Elentheril. I fear that you've gotten messed up, or at least wrapped up in our little problem here.
What problem would that be?
Well, the packs protect Elentheril as he wanders, paces, really. I'm sorry that you became a part of this.
What's this?
Became part of what?
We
She
apologize.
just said
that we didn't
Elentheril.
leave.
No. He was more asking like, what did we suddenly become a part of?
Her brow creases a bit at this, since you don't seem to understand. She takes in a deep breath and then explains a little bit further. I can no longer control his steps. And while I have convinced him to not attack the city of Emelroth, he has been pacing in an erratic fashion lately. Because of this, while you didn't really do anything wrong, we strayed too close to you.
And so now we're being taken as if we're spies or something.
It is war.
Great. I chose a great time to leave my village.
We carry with us someone of interest that likely caught his eye, and I gesture to the male next to her.
Well, the gnome isn't. We're not at war with the gnomes, from what I can tell.
Oh, good.
But it is not something that is normally seen in the forest. No one is really allowed to leave or come in, as it were. And I don't remember there being a gnome in here last. Where do you come from?
I come from Faerun. And no, I have no idea how I got here. I don't know why I'm here. I would like to return home.
He's a
I have many
traveler.
jobs waiting.
I say in
A
Elvish, he's a
traveler,
traveler.
then. And the rest of you? Strange company to keep.
Wolf told us to get him out of the forest.
We are, myself and the other Wolf Kindred are slayers. The Dolce Kindred here is our friend Oswald, who has
I'm a primalist.
taken...
I'm following them to fight monsters.
Yes.
Suppose it wouldn't help to say that I was just passing through to explore new lands.
I'm following the ways of my teacher Melander to help people.
As they say, I am Wilk. The Kobold and the Gnome are noble souls. They pulled us from an incident. Oswald and Fenris are my personal friends, and Shimmer is a noble spirit because she just wants to help. We appreciate the shelter.
None of you ever are in trouble, and I sense no ill will from you. I would... It's not for me to look a gift horse in the mouth. May I ask a favor?
Go on.
Are we going to be prisoners?
We're good at those.
No.
Okay, then sure.
You don't have to do this either if you do not wish to. It is just an offering. Due to the Cold War, my people are waning, and so is the forest. I can't leave, and my people cannot leave, else we show weakness, and we don't really have the extra manpower to leave, as it were. I need someone, anyone really, to go to Emelroth and maybe try to talk some sense into them. As you all but know by now, it's probably something your fathers or grandfathers told you. Elenthiril's child's been taken.
All right, that was a thing.
I did not know that, but then again, I didn't know where any of this place is, so.
Trouble.
Elenthril is old. It is time for him to pass on, but his child was taken 50 years ago. He still hasn't returned. According to Elenthril, he hasn't died yet, but I don't know how much longer I can keep control of him. If he wanted to, he could destroy the city in its entirety and most of the forest in its warpath there, and just take his child back. But I'm trying to keep that from happening.
Oswald,
Maybe an outside force might be able to talk to someone?
Well, this is certainly within our line of work as slayers, but
Are you sure?
Hey.
Are you a diplomat?
that was our last job.
Oh, well, that's...
Slayer's job is to do whatever they're paid for.
And we are more than willing to pay quite handsomely if the child is to be returned.
Perfect. All we need is...
But any information as well, any sort of news would also warrant payment.
All we need is a contract.
I will happily draw one up for you.
After all,
I
we
am
will fight over it.
I am amenable to this. Looking towards the others.
I agree. We are headed there. And Wolf
Mhm.
wouldn't exist without Elenthril. It is within
Mhm.
full parameter.
I guess this is as good as... okay.
You
Trust me,
Slayers,
just follow these two and it'll be lots of fun.
Slayers always confuse me. It's always about money with you.
We got to bring a bear back to life last time we went out.
I also didn't say money.
Money's kind of important.
Contract.
Why
I
can't
have
you
no problem
compete with
helping.
me all fast?
You see this elder elf blessed by deer has a full rack of antlers. Her lower half is also pure deer. She's got deer legs. It's great. She's leaning on her staff, and you see a faint smile sort of pass over her features. And until at this point, you didn't even notice, but she looks tense. But now there's a look of relief, and she just nods her head and gestures to someone behind you, and all of your guys' bonds are cut. For tonight,
Okay.
you are our guests. Stay up here in the upper city if you don't mind. If you want to go further, you'll have to be guided. We'll have someone follow you. But food, drink, rest. I will have the contract pulled up by morning, and we will escort you to the edge of the forest.
Do I have to have a sack on my head again?
No,
Okay.
Fenris kind of bows.
I apologize for that. My husband is a bit
Yeah, wait.
cautious.
If Ellen Thero wanders around, why did we have to be kept from knowing where he is if he's going to be moving?
It was more along the
So you
lines of
can't
he
be
didn't want to
tracked.
he wanted to make sure that you can't be hurting them.
Oh,
We're not, you know, blind to the ways of magic, though it is rare. One of you could have been a magic user.
Not yet, unfortunately.
Mm.
Just rubbing my wrists.
yeah. I have to beat something, and I have to beat something before I can start like doing magic things.
Well, I hope your rest is good tonight. And with that, she'll like turn and leave with her husband and a council of other older looking elves. The rest of the like crowd seems to disperse a bit, though seems to be a small like guard of wolf elves that are just watching you.
Well, that was not the warmest of welcomes.
It probably wasn't the coldest, though.
True,
Bright
I'm not
side,
bleeding.
I
we
mean,
have food, drink, and shelter.
technically,
You guys
Go
seem
for
to
a midnight
be
snack.
in a clearing where there's shops that are just sort of around the edge of this sort of like bark-like wall, but you see branches like sprawling out above you, and it has the hanging lights, kind of like starlight. In the middle of this clearing is a statue of Owl. This, sorry, yes, Owl, the spirit of nature, wings outstretched. It looks to be made of glass, or some sort of clear sort of material.
I miss
Basically,
Malwa.
and after a few like minutes, you see like a bunch of other elves, mostly female and younger, bringing out like bedrolls for you guys to sleep on out here.
We're actually here. It's amazing.
Yeah. I lean over to Wilk and I point at the guards. You think I could take any of them?
I highly doubt it, though it
Darn.
is nice to finally visit the Creator.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe you could ask him to wrestle, Oswald.
I mean, I think I'm gonna lose. Just looking down, I just like, since I can't beat you, and you're only a little taller than me. I don't. He's like looking at you and looking down at his feet, looking at you. I don't think that'll work.
I look to the three shorts in the party, and I go, "What? You're saying being small
Fen-
makes it hard to wrestle? That gnome's
Yeah,
got quite the
because
head on him last I saw."
they all had to cheat.
Fenris
Blue-
kind of like just like flaps his hand at Oswald. Watch, and he lays down spread out on the on the floor. He's like, "Look, I got him pinned."
I don't think
he has a point.
but he's still moving. Pinning is when they can't move.
Listen,
He also has a point.
I'm not stupid, Fenris.
yeah,
That's
but it was
debatable.
funny.
I'll
was
ask.
He then tries to seize the opportunity and jump and pin Fenris.
Do we have our stuff, or do the guards have them?
The guards literally are like have set your things down
speaking of cheating.
nearby.
Are you
Right,
gonna
I'll grab
roll
my
for
stuff
that,
and
or
check.
Yep, I'm rolling right now.
What are we rolling for?
I'm since he was
You
laying
left the
down, I'm
corner.
trying to pin Fenris.
You pinning him so far?
Speaking
How?
of cheating,
because my rolls have been I rolled 3 nat ones in a row, and this was a 6.
While
Co-
he's
Kobold-
I'm gonna cheer Fenris on.
the kobold did not read the room. He jumped on top.
All right,
So what,
Fenris
what do I have
is-
to roll to keep him pinned?
Well,
I'm
it's
cheering
another-
on Fenris. I'm cheering on Fenris to
Did you go and touch him?
yeah.
Athletics checks.
So it doesn't
What?
give him an extra D4.
Oh,
Okay.
hold on.
Oh, is it athletics checks?
We both have to do athletic checks?
He's asking if he can do his acrobatics, I think.
I don't care, dude. Just, but whatever.
Uh,
I
two-
prefer you brawl with them, but I guess if you want to try to pin, I'm just not good with the pinning shit.
So to make the check is or to make a grapple check is athletics. To avoid is athletics or acrobatics.
Yeah.
But you're trying to break free, and it was the
Yes.
problem.
Yes.
That'd be
Am-
him beating me with an athletics or an acrobatics.
There you go,
Yeah.
then.
And to maintain it, do I have to do athletics or can I do?
You have to use your
Oh,
strength.
okay, so I can't choose acrobatics to maintain.
All right.
Why am I rolling good? What?
Roll D4,
Yeah.
Fenris.
That's
16.
16.
You still don't
Yeah.
win.
Wow, my rolls
So
are
once
garbage.
again, Oswald.
Is yeeted.
No, it's not yeeted. I'm keeping him pinned. I guess we just go until Fenris taps out.
Yeah.
3 times. It's what 3 times for me.
All right, I'm gonna do their guidance.
No!
Yes. I didn't.
There we go.
Fenris, you flipped him at the last minute right before you lose.
All right. Now I'm going to keep trying to hold him pinned.
No!
Your strength versus his.
Acrobatic.
All right.
We should really be trying to get to sleep. It's
Strength
still the middle of the
athletics.
night.
Yeah.
Don't be such a party pooper.
Sorry. What was that, Shay?
Strength.
Okay, just strength, not athletics.
All right, now I'm gonna help Oswald.
I don't need it. I'll keep it.
Oswald,
I'll keep it for the next one.
As I watch them keep rolling each other over, I look to one of the guards and say, if they hit the edge, don't stop them.
Go ahead and roll again.
The man smiles at you.
Wait, what?
Fenris, you gotta roll again.
All right. Jeez.
Why is he rolling again?
Oh, I thought I reversed the grapple on him. Oh, right, yeah, I have to roll.
Reverse, but you got free.
Yeah,
Are you gonna pin him again? Because that'd
I'm
be
trying to pin
strength.
him again. What the shit?
All right. This is to avoid the pin. Jesus Christ. My
What?
rolls are
Oswald has
just
pinned again.
terrible.
Strength to maintain.
And then
One more. Strength to maintain.
yeah, this. Oh, there it is.
I'm rolling a d4.
And he drinks.
I have guidance. I'm rolling a d4. Shit!
3.
Every time.
Try to pin him now.
No, I'm just gonna get up and give him a little jab.
Damn it! Never works.
Well, it was at least entertaining.
Oswald. Dexterity save.
Okay.
So is this what the entire adventure is going to be like?
You are now pinned by a wolf man.
Hi. Is he like smiling?
This is how you pin
Oh.
people.
Is it?
He's basically got like your body twisted to the side and your shoulders both pinned to the ground, as is your hip.
Is it like
I-
in a weirdly sensual way?
I was about to say,
No.
"Alright,
It's not.
now bite the floor.
Can I make an acrobatics to try and get out of it, or is he just pinned me fully?
You are pinned right now. Do you want to try to
Yes.
break free now?
I want to try and wrestle this wolf man now.
This is going to go well.
All right, just for the sake of it, I'm cheering on
You are
Oswald the
still-
entire time with guidance.
What do you say, Shay?
You're still pinned.
No, not acrobatics. I meant to do D4. Does it? Oh, it's to 21. I'm assuming that still doesn't break out.
No.
Ah! I just tried.
Tail wagging gets off of you and just like, I'm winner.
I just started tapping the ground. I'm never gonna get anything. We're gonna get to like level 10 before I get my first ability, aren't we?
Could have attacked that fucking deer.
Yeah, but it's a deer.
abilities.
Fenris is looking for Elvish ramen.
Elvish
Yes,
ramen
Elvish ramen.
for a noodle
Because you
shop.
know
Do
Japanese.
do do do
people
do
are-
do 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 do. Just Naruto music starts playing.
Jeez.
So you're being followed by a guard.
That's fine.
Find a noodle shop.
Now, I'm gonna sit down.
Because you know elves are known for their noodles and not their lumbus bread.
Right?
Lembus
Elf-
noodles.
The noodle shop is run by what looks to be some sort of reptile blessed elf. She smiles as you sit down and asks what she can get you.
A big bowl of something delicious. Your choice.
Surprise you then. Got
Dude,
it.
Thank you.
if I were a
Color
if I were a server, I would hate to be told that, hey, what do you like? I want you to get that for me. Fuck you.
Sorry, what was that, Shay?
the color of your coin.
What?
What is the color of your
Oh.
coin?
Copper.
Good.
Here's something worth spending.
She turns away and gets to work, and about, I'm going to say 15 minutes later is when you get a big bowl of, like, we'll just say the Naruto ramen.
Nice.
I never watched Naruto.
You should probably just look it
Yeah.
up then. It has all the fixins.
Cool.
It does
Love it.
look legit good.
Which, funnily enough, Naruto ramen is actually just a type of ramen that has a fish cake called a Naruto in it.
Oh, I was about to say that it just has a man named Naruto chopped up in it.
She basically states that it's going to be about 5 silver.
Alright, hands it over.
Recipe, what are you doing?
Try
They
not
still-
to
gathered his stuff.
I'm watching him fight.
sleeping.
Are you sleeping?
They interrupted my watch. It is their watch now.
Anyone else
Yeah,
sleeping?
he just gathered all of his stuff and curled up in a ball.
I guess I'll fall in the middle of the street.
Well, wherever they put those bedrolls, he didn't take it anywhere. He just lay on the bedroll.
You guys are basically sleeping underneath the owl
Is
statue.
Is the wolf party asleep? One of the wolves?
I am.
I'm gonna snuggle up next to your tail just to stay warm.
I don't even notice. I'm basically meditating with my tail around my
I
waist.
sleep on the stone of the statue plinth. No, wrong word.
Ow.
What?
Right under it. Never mind.
Okay.
I'm sleeping right under it.
Okay, everyone is. That's fine.
Isn't that a fountain?
Yep.
No.
Oh, I thought it was a fountain.
Oh.
I'm sleeping in the water.
Yeah,
An altar? He's sleeping on an altar for some reason.
Yes. I am the chosen.
Eventually, after ramen's finished, Fenris is just gonna go knock right out.
As you walk back, you see that the kobold has decided to sleep on the altar, and that one of the owl elves that are dressed like a nun, not really even a nun, it's like dressed like a priest, is basically lifting up the kobold and setting him down not on the altar, and then she's cleaning it
And then she's like,
thoroughly.
oh, cleaning it.
Fenris
You really gotta
going
stop
to
sleeping on places that'll get you arrested.
Try and pick him up and place him in a precarious position before knocking out.
How are you placing him in a precarious
Who is
position?
placing the kobold in a precarious position?
Huh.
Also, I'm gonna wake up. Like, I just got to sleep.
Probably been like 30 minutes since Fenris left. About that. He's going to set him right up against Oswald's chest and throw one of Oswald's arms around him.
I wake up as you pick me up.
Oswald just looks at you confused because he's not asleep.
Oh, huh.
Huh,
You
hi.
definitely tried, but it was failure.
Yep.
Why are you making me spoon the kobold?
The kobold headbutts him.
Roll
As
Ow.
he bends over, not you, no, Fenris.
Right.
He headbutts Fenris as he like tries to pick him up. Shit,
does not hit my armor class.
never do well.
Snicker, snicker. Walk away.
Is everyone
I
asleep?
mean, I am now.
I mean,
Yep.
I was prepping myself to have watch, so I guess I'll just wake up. I stay up.
No, you don't have to take watch anymore.
Well,
Alright.
we are in the middle of a street, our house.
Okay, for the umpteenth time, you guys are not in a street.
Oh.
You're in a clearing,
Oh,
sleeping
clearing.
underneath the statue of Owl.
Okay.
I guess I'll just go to sleep, yeah.
Okay. You guys are being watched by guards, so it's safe.
Okay.
Blue, what about you?
Oh, I'm asleep already. I already said I was asleep. I'm
Okay.
curled up by Wilk.
Just making sure. The night passes uneventfully, and the next morning comes around with you guys being roused by what looks to be a procession of owl-blessed kindred who are holding a sort of ceremony in front of the owl statue. Some of the guards are poking you guys, though, if you do not wake up right away.
Fenris
what?
is up. Groggy, but up.
My eyes are open.
Hi.
I'm awake. I'm awake.
Oh, right. We're on the thing, aren't we?
Yes, we are on. Yes.
Ellen Thirl.
That's
One
the
of
one.
the creators of the world. Or rather, born of the
The
creators
indirect
of the world.
the indirect creator of all kindred.
Ah, I like to create things too. Right you are. What is our mission for today?
Well, we're
Leave.
to
You see that
escort-
the elves' leader, well, her husband is coming forth with a kind of rolled up parchment on his hand. He's basically going to look down at you guys and hold it out. This is your contract. Do you accept?
We accept.
Yep. We accept.
Sure thing.
I'll
As
reach for
should
by
probably
your
read it
right,
first.
you get paid up front. So he drops a sack down with the parchment, waiting for someone to take it.
Yoink.
I'll take the parchment. Fenris would know that Wilk overspends constantly. So he
Yes.
doesn't get the money.
Oh, Fed,
Yep.
you have 20 copper in that pouch.
Okay.
Lignus is going to state that you're going to get double if you manage to bring back good word, and you'll be getting a king's bounty should Elenthrion's child be returned.
All right.
Do you have any advice on how exactly we can approach them? I'm certain you've already sent emissaries, haven't you?
He sighs. Seek out an unblessed elf by the name of Liluna. She can tell you more about what's going on in the city.
As you say, then.
Mm.
Excuse me, sir. I had a question. I didn't get to ask this before.
His eyes are looking at you.
If, and I don't know if this is a rude question to ask, if Ellen Thirl can take his child back, why hasn't he?
My wife doesn't want that amount of lost lives to be under her.
But if his child is gone longer, more lives will be lost.
How so?
Like the forest is dying.
I think that's unrelated.
I thought it was related.
It is related, but no one is actually directly dying yet.
Okay, I was just asking.
My wife wishes for there to be a peaceful resolution, not more needless slaughter.
I guess that's a good thing.
Mm.
It is leading to the decline of our people, but we are not dead yet. Though the faster you can get this done, the better. She states that she could potentially hold him back for another 5 years. So while for you that might seem like a long time, for us it is a blink of an eye. Try not to dawdle.
It's probably even shorter for a tree.
Let's just head out now.
Let's go.
So your men will be escorting us through.
No, this is what we're getting prepared for. We're going to teleport you out of the forest.
Oh.
Oh.
That sounds
And
terrifying.
will you?
You guys look behind, you look where he's indicating, and you see that the priests that are performing the ritual, the owl of statue is glowing.
Just quickly. I assume that we can find you in the same general-ish location.
We will find you if you cannot find us.
Cryptic. I love it.
Okay.
Let's go.
He gestures you over, and do you guys basically walk into the circle of the
I don't
wings?
like it, but I'll go.
I'll be the last to go through, just in case I need to shove anyone through.
Yeah, he toddles in.
I trust it complicitly.
You guys are watching as the priests of Owl are channeling what seems to be their own magic into the statue. Perhaps maybe trying to call forth what is left of Owl if she is around. And there's a sort of humming sound coming from the statue as you step underneath and into the circle of the wings. The way they are basically kind of upswept and forward. They ask for you all to link hands. Do you do so?
I sit down to link hands with the small ones.
Thank you.
But I'm shorter than you, shouldn't I? Alright.
He actually appreciates
Everyone
the
can
gesture.
Yes. Holding
Constitution
hands.
saving throw, people.
I'm dangling,
Okay.
holding hands with two larger people.
Is this to avoid nausea or sickness?
Yes.
I get advantage.
You get a nat 20, Oswald.
Why?
Jesus.
Hold on. Oh, Constitution. Well, shit.
Below a 10.
No one.
You're all fine.
Yay!
Lose my planes music. That'll work. And all of a sudden, you guys find yourself at the city's or the edge of the forest, basically.
Huh.
Right here.
That was fun.
Alright.
Yeah.
In the distance, you see the tall, imposing walls of the Emerald City. You'll probably get there by sundown. It is midday now.
Something we need to note. I look to the others, especially the traveler. Magical items. And
Yes?
as I'm talking, I'm opening my Slayer's Bestiary. I'm hiding the contract in there. We're likely to be frisked. It's a big city. They don't like anything in there.
I don't like the sound of that.
That's quite
Alright.
alright.
And
Why
magic
would-
items are illegal, aren't they, Oswald?
Yep.
So,
Dwayne, you have one?
I'm looking at you. I'm like, our amulets aren't enchanted yet, but your totem is.
This thing?
Shimmer,
Uh-huh.
you make potions, right?
Yes.
Oswald, I think you can hide it in her backpack. Because chances are it'll get lost with the potions. The potions aren't really
I mean,
a big
if I really need to, I could probably just swallow it and cough it back up.
I shudder at that. Do what you need to then. Traveler, do you have anything magical?
No, nothing at all. Nothing like that.
Charir.
No.
That didn't sound convincing.
I don't believe you.
Well, I don't need you to believe me.
You can tell he's lying. Oswald.
Meanwhile,
Wayne, you believe him implicitly.
I mean,
This man speaks nothing but the truth.
if you have one, we
listen
can
to
help.
him.
If you have one, we can help you hide it, because we were just talking about hiding mine.
Well, the thing
What-
is, I've given the warning. What happens next is your own fault.
What is yours?
This stone. It lets me, when I beat something in a contest of strength, I can copy one of its abilities.
So, I never asked this before, but it has to be a contest of strength. You can't,
Well,
like,
I have
play
to like
them in a
physically.
game of chess or something.
I don't know. I have to like physically. Normally, you just kill the thing, beat them into submission.
No,
I was told if I wanted to learn a Kindred's ability, I need to challenge them to a duel. But I'm not really good at fighting, so I just figured wrestling would be the next best thing.
Charir, Charir, reaches into his chainmail and produces a small stone.
Oh, are you also a Primalist?
No. It's, what was it? A stone of sending.
Oh, to who?
Some people.
Strong. I suggest hiding it as well.
He
Wait,
nods and holds
like
it
thinking
out.
on it,
Uh-huh.
Shay. So in most places, magic items are considered illegal or like give that to us, right?
You read the Magic for Dummies?
I know. I know. Let me continue what I'm saying. In places like that, have I ever been to, like, I don't know if I've ever really been to one because they're all
Oh.
outside the forest.
You haven't read the Magic for Dummies.
I have read the Magic for Dummies,
You know that even in the forest, it's illegal.
but they know what a Primalist is, so they wouldn't be confused about that.
Thing is considered a magical item.
Oh,
Wilk's just thorough and paranoid.
yeah. I mean, in my mind, it's just like they don't really care about the rock.
He also knows it's the human city. He just doesn't trust him. You can incite him whenever you want, but that's basically what I'm role-playing out.
You also know, Oswald, that you could chuck that stone somewhere and then summon it back to your hand whenever you feel like it.
Can.
It can be literally like taken from you, and it'll be teleported back to you
Oh,
at the
okay.
moment you want.
I couldn't remember if it was that I willed it back or that it just automatically reappeared in my pocket. So as soon as he points out that my stone could be a problem, I just turn around and chuck it as hard as I can into the forest.
Jesus Christ.
Fenris and Wilk instinctually go and chase it.
Go ahead. Said though, that is where we're ending it this evening. It's with you talking about this and looking over across the like golden plains of Emerald City.
I don't like it here.
It's not so bad. I've heard good things.
I could get materials.
I shall end
Yeah.
the recording.